I've made some bundle spellbinding.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. That is faith, isn't it? Let me... yeah, it was with adult supervision because Helena was like, you're not putting that with that. But let me give you a clue. Can I put my clues out? Here's a clue to one of my bundles. It's a pen. Yeah, that's a clue. What might I put that with? Any ideas? You haven't got a clue, have you? You haven't got a clue, have you? What else? What else have I got? Where's my other ones? Where, yeah, where? Oh, there. Yeah, that, I'll get that one out. Here's another one. This is for a different one. Oh. Oh, tell you not. I've just basically found loads of random things and gone, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's put it together.
No, that isn't the bundle. What a boring bundle.
You could draw on a glass.
Oh, you could be kept entertained for about 3 minutes. So I'm going to put them there as a little reminder. They're coming up for you. We've got 4 of Becky's bizarre bundles. Basically, I just kept seeing things and going, oh, that's unusual. We hardly ever see that. So I've got 4 of those today, but we have some strange deals coming up for you too. Let's get started, shall we? Where are we starting? On the little table, a starter's kit. Now, we understand that we're getting geared up for the birthday, aren't we? And we don't tend to always do jewellery making for beginner bundles that often anymore, do we? This isn't just for beginners. Don't get me wrong, it is great for beginners. But I would say to you, if you need to stock up on some of the essentials, perfect for you. If you are brand new, perfect for you. If you know anyone who's been inkling that they might want to start, but oh, who knows, perfect for them as a little gift just to keep them entertained. If you've got any sort of younger teens who are maybe thinking of getting into it, or maybe people who've gone off to uni and, you know, trying to find ways to make some extra money or extra ways to pass time, great one for them. But also what I will say is, if you multi-bought on this collection could be fantastic for if you wanted to start your own workshops or if you want to start your own jewellery parties. Multi-buy on these, give one to every person, build it into the price of your workshop or whatever it might be, and they get to take it home with them because the price point's fantastic. Let me start off with the bead mat. We hardly ever see the bead mat. It is an A4 size bead mat. It is really malleable. It's super duper soft, and the great thing about it is if you have got loose gemstones on here or whatever it might be, they stay in place, they're in one place. It's also great, I find, for your chips and nuggets. You know when you snip off a double strand of chips and nuggets, sometimes it can be a right faff can't try and get them into a box. If you imagine all your chips and nuggets are here, you just pop them into the middle and then pour them into your storage container. It's super duper easy to use, and it stops the rolling as well as much. I've also got 2 strands of gemstones here for you that are going to be perfect because they're a really nice workable size. They're not too faffy, which can be a bit tricky if you're starting out, can't they? We've got some lovely size Caribbean Breeze shell pearl here. Those are the 4mm. Great thing about shell pearl for beginners is we can often get a larger drill hole through these than we can with a real pearl itself. So great, not as faffy for beginners. And also you've got in here your multi-coloured faceted round. Those are 4mm, and you've got 30 carats worth there. The reason this is great for beginners is because it will show them the variety of gemstones you can get. I understand that these are all agate, but some of them will be banded, some of them will be mottled, some of them are that poppy agate that I can see on there. You've got loads of different colours, so this is going to attract absolutely everybody. So if you are a brand new person, or you know someone who's brand new, or you're thinking of starting your own workshop, then this is going to be a great one for people to get involved with and get started on. So you've got 2 strands in there. I've also got some wire. 0.4 wire I've got here. The great thing about 0.4 for a beginner, for a brand new beginner in particular, is it can be quite hard work on your hands once you're starting out to work with, say, a 1mm, can't it? A 0.4 is great because it's going to give you the confidence to work with other wires, and the reason for that is it's super malleable. You get 10 metres worth, so it goes on and on. It's gold, so it's really workable and go with a lot of things, and it's recognisable. But also, because it's 0.4, it's going to go through a lot of your gemstones, even some of your gems of distinction. So you know when you're starting off, the last thing you want to do is try and make something, you can't even get the wire into the gemstone. It's disheartening, it's upsetting. With this, you're not going to have that problem, so perfect for beginners. 10 metres worth there in the gold. And, of course, the essential that we always need but rarely have on the show, you've got your bead box in the bracelet and in the necklace designs as well. These are great if you want to, for example, lay out your designs in the wells, if you want to sort out measurements of things, if you want to, you know, get your necklaces lined up right. I want that one there, and then maybe cut this one up, put some of the purple ones in this box, some of the pink ones in this box. Whatever you want to use this for, it's absolutely fantastic. Great for jump rings as well. I might have something for any chainmail lovers in one of my bizarre bargains later. And you also have the bracelet tray on there as well, which is great if you want to do simple stretchy bracelets as well as much more. So, total essentials here. Great for beginners, great for people who want to start their own jewellery making courses or their own jewellery parties. You've got the bead mat, which we hardly ever have on. You've got the wire, you've got 2 strands, you've got the bead board for the necklace and the bracelet. Your price point today should be, I'll be honest with you, to start a brand new skill, and remember, all you'll need to add to this really is a toolkit to get you started. I think that is sensational. You can't even take up running for £16.70. Not if you want to take it up properly. You have to buy those stupid shorts that cling to you, don't you? You have to buy those t-shirts that have like the netting in the armpit so you don't sweat. You have to buy really like high-end trainers, don't you? Headbands, sweatbands, you're right. A sports bra. Plasters. Nipple tape. You have to buy all of that. It can really rack up. I am going to drop the price of this though. It's just a great one to stock up on, you know, it really is. We're dropping it down. Are we allowed to say nipples?
If you're running.
If you're running. If you're running, you'll thank Ben. £8.95. That is a not to be missed price. Starting a brand new hobby. Just add a toolkit to it. Add a toolkit to it. We're doing our large run at the moment on some shows at £9.95, aren't we? You're starting a brand spanking new, all that you need, skill, jewellery making skill, for £8.95. Add on the toolkit, you're starting a brand new skill for less than £20. That is astonishing. £8.95 for this is sensational. It really, 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 truly is. And if you think about it, sometimes you'll be happy to pay just that price for 2 strands, wouldn't you, actually, realistically? But today, you're getting the 2 strands, you're getting the wire, the bead mat, and the 2 trays for just £8.95. And do think about it. Think about it like this. Say you are thinking of starting your own jewellery making workshops for beginners, maybe. You can say to them, you know, on this workshop today, you can learn how to make a pendant and a ring, and you get to take home 2 strands of gemstones and your essentials, you know. So they could take these home with them. Obviously, add that into the price of your workshop. Obviously, even if you're just adding the tenner on, you're still making yourself a little bit of profit. But then, because they've got the tools, they're more likely to come back, aren't they? They're more likely to come back. What treats will we get next time? It's perfect for you. And hey, even if you say to people, oh, if you want to take these home, it's just an extra £10, but if you just want to learn the skills, you absolutely more than free can, then that's great, because you can keep them if they don't want them, but if they do, you've made yourself money. Yay! It's time for the terrible twosome! Love watching you guys. Hi, Sarah. Don't know what you're talking about. Do you?
No.
No. Angels we are. We've only spoken about nipples 3 times. There's loads of you coming in. Hi Sarah, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Loads of you coming in. Your names have gone off my screen. There's plenty of you, I think, who are thinking of starting, you know, spring clean, new start. There are a lot of you, I think, who are starting new workshops, maybe jewellery parties, because I've got a lot of multi-buyers on this. So do treat yourself. You know what? Even if you're just planning ahead to weekends in the sun, you know, it's great when it's sunny to get the kids outside and everything else, but it has been raining sporadically as well. It's a great one to get the kids inside, get them away from the TV, get them away from the computer games, and get them making something. Get them started on something really new and creative, and you know, it could be a new direction for them, which is a wonderful creative direction to go in. I know at my other work with the young carers, so 6 to 18-year-olds who are the main carers in the household, we do a lot of crafting and creative workshops with them, because you know, it's kind of a therapy in a way. It's a way of rest and relaxation and a bit of respite as well. So this is just a great medium. It really, really is, and a great way to get started at, let's face it, a bargain price, because let's be honest, kids change their minds all the time, and if they try it out for a whole weekend and then they decide to go off it, hey, for a whole weekend. It's only been £8.95 and you can still use the leftovers. So well done everybody. Your names have gone off my screen. It's lovely to see everybody in today. Thank you for joining me and Spellbinding. Doing now for you, on the table, something that I've described as my bizarre bundle. Now, I think this is a genius idea. You know, if I do say so myself. Now, you know we do mesh quite a bit, don't we? In fact, we haven't seen mesh that often much recently, have we? We went through a phase where you'd have 5, 6 mesh bundles, wouldn't you? But we haven't seen it that much recently. Well, I most certainly haven't. Now, I always think with mesh, we do mesh bundles, and you can just use mesh by itself. You can use it, I'm having a look if there's any there. You can use it to encase beads. You could just get the mesh, twist it either side, and a gemstone will be encased within it. But when we look at things like, I'm just going to grab this, I'll be back. When we look at things like our award, Design of the Year award, the second person who won in 2013 was the gorgeous, glamorous Gemma Crow, as we can see here. Gemma Crow, and she won Design of the Year for her Wirework bouquet. Now, in that bouquet, it was one of the most popular, most loved, voted for by you, designs of all time. And essentially what she did was she created a beautiful bouquet using a framing wire with wire mesh. And it was a sensational design. So when we do mesh, we often do it by itself, which is great, especially when you've got the variety we have. You know, you've got 1 meter's worth of our 0.6, our 6 mil, sorry. So that's kind of the thickness of it. Don't forget you get the storage pots too. You've also got in here the 10 mil, get a meter's worth there, and that is in that gorgeous copper colour. And you get the black as well, which is 18 mil on this one. So you've got a range of sizes, 18 mil being the largest, you've got a 10 mil at the middle, and then you've got a 6 mil at the end. One of the most popular selections of colours. You're going to be able to do a great steampunk vintage style idea with this, aren't you? But then you're going to really want something to stretch over, aren't you? So how about we add wire to it? That's how lovely Gemma Crow did a lot of her flowers. She did a structural wire base and then stretched the mesh over the top. But I've not just gone for any old wire. Oh no, I've gone for super duper sturdy, because as a lot of us will know, mesh, it's so malleable, you know, it needs a super strong base, and that's exactly what you've got here. Very rarely will we do 1.25 wire anyway. It's one of our thickest gauges of wire, but we've done it today. So you're getting 3 of your meshes, 3 storage pots, and this beautiful wire. Your price point. Did I tell you that one of the things about my bizarre bargains is that I really do like bargains, and when I say bargains, I mean bargains. So, you know, £17, give or take, fab price. Not today, though. Not today. Anyone want, about £7 back in your pocket? Your price point today for vintage mesh is actually just £9.95 for you today. Have we got some pictures of mesh? Because I want people to be able to see at home some of the different designs you can do this, because we haven't seen mesh in ages, have we? Look, that is really, really, really simple, and that's actually using the black mesh that I've got in front of me now. And all you have to do is you get the mesh, you squidge it out in different places, and that's it. You just hold it together with a little bit of wire. But even if it goes wrong, you just run your fingers over it, it goes back to the old design, and then you just move it back out again. £9.95 that could have taken to make. You would never expect that, would you? Look, this is exactly what I mean about the leaves. You see how the leaves are actually used on a really thick wire, like we've got the 1.25 here, and then you just stretch the wire over it. It's fantastic, isn't it? £9.95 for you today on this. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's the puppy, come here. Oh my gosh. Hello, puppy.
We're doing introductions.
What's his name?
This is Onyx. This is Steve and Sarah's new puppy. They only collected him on Friday, and today is his TV debut. And as you can see, he's a bit shy.
Oh my gosh, hello, Onyx. He's shaking, he's nervous.
He's not used to telly.
Oh, babe, he's absolutely gorgeous. Is he doing the rounds today,
yes,
then?
Yes, just on gems, and I was collared by Hannah saying, "You've got to bring him on."
How old is he?
Only about 4 weeks.
Oh my God, he looks so sleepy.
Steve and Sarah's second dog.
Oh
You'll
my.
all know about Opal. But
Yes.
This is Onyx.
Oh, the dog isn't £9.95, by the way. I know he just came up big on the screen then, but he's just not. Onyx, I love you. You better keep a close eye on him, pal, because he's going to be gone. Give kisses to the dog.
Wave.
Oh, don't, because I'm going to try and take him. Don't do it. My golden retriever could do with a new friend, I think. Oh, Onyx, I love you. So small. Well done, everybody. Oh, do you know what? Just come in and I want that dog. Pete. You can definitely get him. Come on, Pete. You're well stealthy. You're tiny. He's not going to notice. Ben will distract him. You get the dog. $9.95 for you today and a free peek of the most adorable little bundle of fluff since Ben was a child. $9.95 for you today. Oh, okay, well done everyone for getting that. Really unusual to see that, isn't it? Okay, bringing to you now another little treat, which I've got to say will go gorgeously actually with that bundle. Super duper stunning Sodalite stars. How gorgeously would that go? Imagine doing your mesh and doing some, because you, oh hello everybody, what a genius idea. Imagine doing some midnight flowers like you saw in that design with the mesh, and then having the stars in like the design, like a garden at night. Oh my gosh, on fire today. 170 carats worth I've got of the Sodalite here for you. It has got these beautiful pattern details on it. We know I always talk about Sodalite and, you know, the story of the willow pattern, the internal love. You most certainly got those colourings in here, haven't you? That stunning willow pattern with the tale of lovers, you know, torn apart and then brought together. It is a sensational shape and style that we have here. Not only is every single one of them unique and individual, but actually what we've got here is a sensational ring strand, a pair of earring strand, this would be sensational for, a pair of cufflinks, maybe for an engagement or marriage, Ben. Ben's engaged, if no one knows. We're not trying to push him or anything, he's already done it himself. 55 pence, lowest price point. Get these ones whilst you can. If you love a deal, don't forget, I've got Partners in Crime coming up for you later on. You're going to get some bargains in that time as well. £6.95 for this is sensational. Treat yourself to these ones whilst you can. Has someone just text in, have they? Go on, let's see. Feel free to text us in today, 60777, any questions you might have or any comments. Can I put the puppy in my basket? I'll pay extra P&P, says Sarah. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I think you should get a JM doggy mascot and put my name down for dog sitting. Emily, good plan. But to be honest, we've already got a bit of a Labrador. I thought, what? Pete, you like stood there, you were pretty much wagging your, look, woo! You're dead cheeky. What were you going to say, Pete?
No,
nothing.
nothing. I'd take it for a walk around the studio.
Oh, yes, you could! Yeah, and then when we're all on holiday, Dawn can look after it for us. I'll put in a message to the management. Have we got any ideas of what dogs we'd like? I'm obviously a golden retriever kind of girl.
Brown Labrador.
Brown Labrador. Ben, what are you thinking?
I know it's like I've already got one, but Staffy.
A Staffy, you have already got one. What's your one? Your two?
Whippet lurchers.
Whippet lurchers,
They're probably a bit
all right. Note these down, Helena. Lowest price, $6.95 for your 170 carats. It's well done. I think they're really, really beautiful. We're going to go to now what? Oh, finally, another of my bizarre bargains. Ooh. It's a pen. Don't. I was trying. I think I recovered that very well. No one even noticed. I have got here for you this artist pen. Now, we don't really do, you know that I'm a paper crafter. I love paper crafting. I wouldn't class myself as an artist. You know, if you want a drawing to look like something, and you ask me, you're barking up the wrong tree. But the great thing about being able to use your pens and your sketchbook is that you can get your inspiration jotted down. Now, if you're starting a new medium like I just have, I've just started my Friendly Plastic, okay, and I've got to say I love and adore it. Friendly Plastic is sensational, but it's one of those things that if I just get started on it, my mind won't pull my ideas together. So I'm one of those people, it doesn't matter if it's Friendly Plastic or it's Wirework, I personally am a sketcher. If I see anything that I love, you know, out and about, I will sketch it down. If I have an idea of where I want to go with something, especially with Wirework, you have to work out the logistics, don't you? You can draw a gorgeous design, but actually you might not be able to put that in fruition just because of the way Wire works. So sketching it down is absolutely perfect. I've got for you here a really gorgeous, gorgeous inspiration booklet from us. It's called The Magic of Creativity, and it is a beautiful sketchbook that has perfectly designed, super sturdy, I might say, white paper throughout. This isn't your usual jotting paper. You could, by the feels of things, even acrylic onto this easily. Possibly if you doubled it up, you could do a bit of watercolour on here too. And it is done by the lovely Natalia. Gorgeous guest designer, Natalia. She's got a picture of a little one in here anymore, who has grown a lot since then. But essentially, it's perfect for you crafters out there. I've also got your artist pen in here, which is an alcohol-based permanent ink pen. So you can sketch with it, you can shade with it. It's got a super fine nib, but also the great thing with this, you can use this with things like your metal sheet because it is alcohol-based and it is permanent. Your price point today for your inspiration saver, I couldn't say it then, should be £11.94, which is great because this is such a sturdy book and the paper in it is cracking quality, I can tell you. Your price point today is just, though, £8.95 for you today on this spellbinding. I know that you're someone who's creative and that you craft, because actually, not that I was being nosy, but on the JewelleryMaker page before, you said your main inspiration is outside and that you like to make you know, what did you say? You like to note things down. What sort of things would you be noting down in here, Spelby?
For me, I know I've always said that I don't tend to plan my designs, but I have started to try and actually plan them lately. And it's handy to have the little pad. So for me, I had that kit that we did last with the butterflies and the bees. I took a pad,
yeah,
and I just drew some ideas so that when I got to sit, because I had to take my children to karate, so rather than just sitting there wasting time, I took my pad and I actually sketched out some ideas. So in my head I could have a direction as to where to go, and I think it does help to actually have an idea, and then when you do start your work, you've got a direction, and you know where you're going, and you can adapt it if you need to.
Yeah.
You know, and for things, and I write down my kits. I draw a quick of what my stones I'm using, the wire that I've got, and then I just do a quick little sort of sketch as to what I want, so I can sort of get an idea of where I'm going.
Just to show you that the pen is a really super fine nib. Wrote something very profound. Yes, I know, super profound. But it goes to show you it's a really decent pen, and actually you see using the same pen you do get that gradient as well just by the amount of pressure you put on. It's a great thing to get your mind set. £8.95 for you today. Well done, everyone. I like it when we do a bit quirky things. Quirky. Bringing to you now a lovely bundle that I think, if you are one of those people who's going to sketch with nature, do you remember when you were younger and you used to go out at school and you used to take things like that notebook, because you couldn't do it with normal paper, it had to be decent quality paper like that, and you used to do rubbings of tree bark? Do you know when you used to do that? I think you can get gorgeous patterns and looks from that would be great for paper crafters, but also to follow weaves as well. And if you were to do that, imagine incorporating these into that design or that inspiration you got. These are centre of attention. And boy, oh boy, that opal, unsurprisingly enough, is definitely grabbing my attention. You're getting 2 strands in here of these gorgeous, organic, beautiful, natural gemstone strands. You've got the rare as you like yellow opal, which we hardly ever see. The opalescence of which is absolutely bounding across and underneath in this gemstone. You have got your yellow opal here, which is from Australia. This is nothing like the fire opal from Mexico, because your yellow opal, you get just one beautiful body hue, and the tone of that changes and the saturation changes, but it gives you that gorgeous glow, especially in the more transparent ones. It gives you that glow of opalescence that we would love and expect from opal. If I can get my torch out, you can see that there, can't you? That glow is sensational in real life. It's beautiful. I've also got Mookaite, one of the most popular gemstones here at JewelleryMaker. It sells out on its first appearance 80% of the time. It's the only gemstone that has that status and that name. One locational gemstone, again from Australia. Also, they're just down the road from each other. You have got here a sensational pairing, both with those beautiful hues and also with that gorgeous shaping too. Your price point today for 120 carats of opal and 300 of your Mookaite. That is amazing. But we're not staying there. Your price point is rolling down. We're getting you ready for this birthday weekend. It's starting on Friday. We're taking you through till Sunday. We're getting you ready. With prices like that, Mookaite, it's one locational, $6.95 for that is amazing. Opal, yellow opal, one of the rarest colours of opal, and this one's got opalescence in it at $6.95 by itself is amazing. Both of them together at $6.95 is an absolute shocker. Get yourself on the phone line. It's one of my last shows for a while with Spellbinding, Laura Binding, so we are sending ourselves off with a bit of a bang. $6.95 is sensational. And Spellby, I imagine these are the type of two you might work with yourself, actually.
Yeah, there's sort of more earthy kind of colours, and again you've got that organic sort of shape as well. I love the texture. You can create a lot of sort of textural pieces with those.
Definitely.
Yeah.
They will be beautiful with a bit of wire work, even with textured hammered wire work.
Yeah, with your copper.
Yes.
Surprise.
Yes. Surprise.
Surprise. Yeah, but you know, I think, like you say, that and the tones go really well together.
They go
as well.
sensationally well, don't they? $6.95 for you. Everyone, get your hands on it today. Well done, everyone. Not many of those left, though. Not many of those. I've got a challenge strand for you now. Natural Anahi Bolivian ametrine. Now, it was long believed that you couldn't treat ametrine. We can now because technology has changed. And that's why you can get ametrine from places like, we had an ametrine from Brazil. No, not from Brazil, from somewhere else the other day. This is from Brazil. Where do we have? I can't remember where it was. Was it America or something? I can't remember. But you can find different ametrines that have essentially been heated in other places. This though is that pinnacle point, that one locational Anahi ametrine. Ametrine is essential, and the mining area for this is so unique and individual. I've actually got a picture of the area for you now. So at the top there you can see the picture of the mine. The mine itself is relatively small because they like to keep the area looking as pristine and beautiful as they can, and that's what the bottom picture is there. You can't actually see, but in between where those two kind of mountains meet in the foreground is a very, very, very small entrance. One entrance, that's it. Very, very small, one entrance, and that's where the mine is, because they believe that this gemstone is so beautiful they want to keep the whole area serene and beautiful too. I love ametrine. Anahi ametrine is one of the most loved and adored one locational gemstones in the world, and the fact I'm bringing to you the marriage together of creative amethyst with the happiness of citrine is sensational, especially as it's going to be a challenge strand. And also because of the price. Just £19.95 for you on this today. We see so many higher price points on that for ametrine a lot of the time, don't we? We see, you know, the £20 price points of £24.95. We see I've even seen £40 ametrine on our channel before as well. But you get so much beauty with every single one of these. They have to go through an extensive mining process. They have to be sorted. They have to be taken from this very, very tiny one locational area as well. And when you do get your hands on beauty like this, you can see it's completely and absolutely worth it. I'm going to hand this over to you now, Spellbinding. I've already helped you by taking a few off the strands.
Oh, well, thank you.
No problem. $19.95, what do you think of that price, and what are you going to do with it, please?
Well, for that quality, that's just amazing, isn't
The
it?
quality of that strand is astonishing, isn't it?
They're really beautiful.
You've got a fair few half and half splits, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got some real mixes, which to me is like you say, the true colourway, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just taken one colour.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to do a pendant on. I'm going to have to do a ring.
Yes, of course you are, of course.
Possibly a pair of earrings. We'll see if I can get some that are similar enough.
Yeah, good plan.
Yeah, fun to play.
So we'll have a look at that later on, and we'll give you that free inspiration as well. Bringing to you now, another one of my bazaar bundles. This was a clue. It's a bottle. We don't see things like this that often, but that, just as a pendant, is gorgeous. You can, you know, put a hole through here, put a head pin through it, and just loop the head pin on the top if you want to, and have a bit of chain if you wanted to. That'd be fab. These are great for things like steampunk pieces, hence the watch parts that I've put in with this. This is a selection of watch parts, and I tell you what, these go on and on and on. Fleur put up some pictures the other day. She's getting herself, you know, some steampunk-esque pieces for an up-and-coming fair that she's got going on. These are sensational. We've had designer inspirations using this, so if you want any ideas on how to use it, then you absolutely can. These are real deal watch parts that we have in here. We can use things like this one. We can use things like this one as a pendant connector with lots of different areas on there. You've got gorgeous little cogs in here, great for setting into things like resin if you wanted to, or squidging into things like your polymer clay or your friendly plastic. You've got so many different shapes in here, and it is done on weight, 25 grams, which I've got to say equates to approximately, you ready? Pour this out. Pete's going to hate me for this. Sorry, Pete. But look at what that equates to. There are loads of pairs in here. There are absolutely loads of pairs in here. There's loads of individuals. There's lots of biggish pieces as well. These are just going to be fab. Imagine a few of these popped into this bottle, as maybe with a little note in there, a little mystery note, you know, because you think don't forget you get the storage box with that too. You think, don't you think of washing it up on a sand beach with hidden secrets. Well, let's make it a bit posher. Let's give it, not a sand beach, let's make it a white opal beach. I've got a double strand of white opal in here for you as well. It has got that gorgeous pinfire on it. I know it's nearly impossible for you to see, but it has it in abundance. There's lots of beautiful pinks that we have here. Even my director said it is really, really hard to pick up that opalescence due in these lights, but to the eye, it is sensational. It really, really is. So I've got a double strand of genuine opal, a few of these in the bottom of this, maybe with a few watch parts in there, and then a little note or you know, like a little memory or a quote. A favourite quote would be gorgeous, wouldn't it? Really, really pretty. Your price point today should be £11.85 for all of these watch parts, and for there's loads of you coming in for this, and for the storage box, and for the bottle, and for a double strand of opal. Your price point today though is rolling down. Why? Because I'm mischievous. Your price point is rolling down. Oh, Fleur's got herself too. Hello, guest designer Fleur. I thought you'd like this, you know. Your price point today is actually £7.95. You would pay that just for the watch parts and the box, let alone a double strand of genuine opal with opalescence and the message in the bottle as well. I think that is sensational. And if you got the notebook before with the permanent pen, you can actually draw on that onto the bottle if you so wish. Ben looked like he had a genius idea.
Yeah, I actually think I do.
Go on.
I don't know if this would be like well expensive.
Well expensive.
But
Go on.
you know how you set photos into a pendant with resin?
Yeah.
Could you put stuff into the bottle and fill the bottle with resin and set it in? So it's like hovering.
Yes. That is such a good idea.
Yes.
That is, and wait, take it a step further. Put some of the opal as the sand at the bottom. With a picture in, and then fill it up with a bit of resin. It's going to look like it's washed up on a beach. Well done, team. On fire. Don't you bother clapping us, Pete. Not got many of those left. I've got about, how many left? About 10 of those left by the looks of things. Because you didn't clap me, I'm going to leave you these watch parts. Sorry, Pete. Well done, everyone who got that. 9 left of those now. Well done, absolutely everybody. I hope you like my Bazaar bundles. They were a bit weird, weren't they? They were a bit odd. They were a bit odd. In fact, I've got another one coming up for you later. Should we do that in the last hour of the show? Shall I show them what it is? 1 mil wire in 2 different colours. I'm thinking of this for you, Fleur, if I'm honest. Because you know how if you want to make your own jump rings, you can make them in loads of different colours, can't you? But, you know, when we do the saw and the saw blade, we always do them together, don't we? Well, we don't always need to rebuy the saw blade, the saw frame. You only need 1 saw frame, but your saw blades snap all the time. So I've just brought you the saw blades. Saw blades and 1 mil wire. Make your own jump rings in your own colour to your heart's content. Don't need the saw blade, do you? That'll be coming up in my last hour of the show. Nice. It's designer inspiration time, and I am so happy to be joined by lovely, talented, don't scowl at me, I'm trying to be nice, extremely talented spellbinding.
Oh,
Hi.
Hi.
How was this kit, lovely?
It was.
I've made you feel really unsure now,
I
haven't
know.
I?
I don't ever trust you when you're nice.
I know. That's what I like.
Be
Let's keep you on your
aware.
toes. You loved this one, didn't you?
Yeah, I was really looking forward to working with this one.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It was nice, actually, to be able to work with the amber cabochons, and again to have the silver wire. So it was just a really lovely kit to work with.
Silver wire is one of our most popular wires, and when we've got such a variety in gauges like this, you know it's going to be an extremely popular kit, especially as we've got those amber cabochons as well. I need to make you aware that I have less than 100 of this kit. I have 73 of this kit. That's it. That is minimal, especially when it's so beautiful and unique. So I will promise you that I'll be under £40 on this, just under £40 on this. I promise you, you're going to get over, it was over £15 off, isn't it? I promise you, you'll get that. So do get yourself on the phone lines. Do get yourself on the phone lines, is all I'm saying. So let's start off, shall we? You are already coming in. I've got 1 mil wire in the 0.4. No, what? Start again. I've got the one, get it together. That's what I used to say on the cruise ships when you wanted the kids to stop messing about. You used to go, hey you guys, and they'd have to go, hey, and then you'd go, get it together, and then they'd clap as well. Funnily enough, only worked there for a few months. Couldn't hack it. I have got 1 mil, 10 metres worth here for you. One of the most sturdy that we do. You've also got your 0.8 in here, so that's a gauge down here at JewelleryMaker. I've got the gauge down from that, your 0.6, and then I've got one of the most popular, your 0.4. This is the perfect collection right here. Absolutely perfect. You can use the 0.4 for your weaving. You can use the 0.6 for things like your findings. You can use the 0.8 for your rings, and you can use the 1 mil as your structure for your weaving wires, for your clasps. Fantastic collection. I've also got the cabochons. Now, amber cabochons, if you're not sure what amber is, it doesn't have a carat weight because it isn't organic, but this is genuine, beautiful, oh, gem of love. Oh, I just adore this. Take a little look. It's sensational. Amber itself, you're not sure what it is. It's a really ancient and interesting organic. Essentially what it is so hard to show you without, there we go, it's a bit better. It is a beautiful tree resin, and what it's from generally is it's from the monkey puzzle tree, and what happens is something will irritate or attack the monkey puzzle tree, and what that will mean is it will release this resin to try and protect itself. But that resin's really unusual. It's not like your usual tree. Oh, come here. Oh, slippery little glider. I'm stood like this so the light gets through. I'm not just chilling out. So, you can go off and out. So you've got this resin that's not like your usual tree resin, because essentially it doesn't corrode, it doesn't dissipate, it doesn't dissolve with things like rain, so it stays and stays and stays. So you can have things encapsulated in yours, organics that are literally millions and millions of years old. You can even have animals, bugs, creatures in there that are extinct. Like a dinosaur tried to mime Ben. Well, it'd have to be quite a big piece of amber, and I doubt if this had a dinosaur in it, it would be $12.95.
You've not seen Jurassic Park?
No, but I know you're looking forward to the new movie. You're so happy. So, $12.95 this cabochon is. Of course it is. This is the larger one that you're getting. Great thing about this too, it's not like your usual cabochon set where we can't tell you the size and the shape. This, you will be getting all of these. You will be getting the largest one that I have here. This is your $12.95 cabochon, which is 25 by 18 mil. I've also got another oval, which is 15 by 25, so it's only 2 mil smaller. I've got for you the drop cabochon, which is the 10 by 26. That is gorgeous, isn't it? And I've got the perfect round as well. The round cabochon itself is, where is it? 15 mil. So it's 15 mil. Every single one of these has an inclusion, and I don't just mean one or two, I mean loads. There's already so many of you coming in. I've got to make you aware. I have got how many? 56 left of this kit, that's it, because I've already got so many people who have bought it. So let's reiterate, you're getting 4 amber cabochons, which are sensational, beautiful, and you're getting all of this wire as well. 1 mil, 0.8 mil, 0.6 mil and 0.4 mil, all in the silver. Your price point today for all of these, of course it should be £60. I've already told you that, you know, the cabochon's $12.95, so obviously it should be about £60. That's given. And I've got 1 mil in here as well, and you know, 1 mil for 10 metres worth, we're getting up there in price, aren't we? Today, though, we're rolling it down. £37.95 for you. £21.65 saving. One of the biggest savings we have done on a designer inspiration kit in quite some time. What do you think of that price point, Spelby?
Sorry, that was Ben's fault.
Honestly, guys, right? We're live here. I don't know what you two are chin-wagging about.
I was trying to find out where the missing piece was.
What missing piece?
The piece around your neck.
I saw it was like an empty bust, and I was like...
That's what it was, that's all.
And then Laura said,
so basically, when I asked Laura that question, she wasn't listening. She was gossiping. I bet you were that girl at school, weren't you?
I know what you said.
I bet you were that girl at school.
I know what you said.
Go on then, tell me.
You said, oh, $37.95, that's a great price. What do you think of that price, Spelby?
Well, that is very annoying. I bet you were so irritating at school. Yes, I did say that. Answer my question, please.
I mean, it is an amazing price, isn't it? I mean, look at the cabochons themselves are amazing.
Aren't they?
Just to have that amount of quality, and I've said this before, but I buy amber jewellery for my mum.
Yeah.
Like, ready, you know, I used to anyway. And if I was to buy her something with a piece of amber that size, and it would cost a lot of money. A lot of money.
Because amber is high price. When it comes to the organics, amber generally has the highest price point.
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, my dad brought my mum a bracelet, and it had tiny pieces of amber in it. She still got it now, loves it, but very high price points.
Yeah, and it really is. And again, I know it is silver plate wire, but at the end of the day, you're still getting that silver and that amber, and it makes it more affordable. It enables you to make more affordable jewellery.
It really does. Because
you've got that sort of option.
Yeah.
And some of them I've kept quite simple, and some of them I've had a bit of a play around with. Yeah,
absolutely. Do you want to take a look at those? I better take this one off because we are going to be making it, but don't worry, I will model it for you later, so don't worry, because I know a lot of people want me to go home with this. I mean, want to see it back on my neck. So this is using that elongated cabochon that you've done there. I think that is a beautiful piece. You've really shown off the amber there.
Yeah. Because I did say this to you earlier, didn't I, that the amber is very reflective, so whatever you put behind the amber is going to show.
Yeah.
So when you set this, you do need it to be quite clean at the back as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine if you want to turn the piece over, you'll be able to see.
Yeah, and pop it on the white just to see it a little bit better. That's all right. There you go.
But so you have to be careful in how you need to be able to secure it, but also not overpower it.
Yeah.
So it's quite a tricky one, but you can see that you keep it
see
quite,
that light spans through.
Yeah.
Stunning. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you've done this amazing bangle. I love it.
The first thing I wanted to do was the bangle, and I really, really like that.
It's gorgeous, that, isn't it? Imagine wearing this and look at how it glows as your arm moves. It's just amazing. Doesn't that look magical? Speaking of magical, you're going to have to be a bit magic if you want this kit, because half of my stock has gone. Well, over half my stock. Started off with around 73. I've now got about 30 something. So do please get in quick on this. Massive price drop, about £22 almost price drop on that one. So please, please, please check out your baskets on that. And you've also done a ring too.
Yeah.
Which fits perfectly. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. Look at that glow. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, just adore and love. Okay, so spell bee. Woo! Don't show me up. You were going to be learning how to make this necklace today, because this is so unique and individual. It really is. If I show you, this is actually a connector section. How beautiful is that? You can wear it in different ways due to that, couldn't you? You could put the double chain at the top, or you could even, if you wanted to be a bit quirky, you know, leave one hanging down, or whatever you might want. There's lots of different designs you can do with this, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I kept it quite simple. I wanted it to be sort of quite elegant. I mean, you could twist it around so it sits more in the middle.
Yeah, of course you could.
You know, like that. I added the extra little layer on as an afterthought, just because I originally had it set with just the 2 chains, and then I had a little spare bit of chain. I just thought, oh, you know what, I'm just going to
attach it
on because I just felt it added to it really. But you know, you can play about with the design as much as you want. It wasn't going to be a connect when I did it. It was just, I was just playing about with it. I wanted to make again, make it sort of a feature. It was going to be a centre of a necklace, but I wasn't quite sure how. But when I had those 2 wires, I was like, do you know what, this is just going to have to be a focal piece. Yeah,
I think it's stunning. How much would we be selling a piece like this for? I mean, honestly, if you sold that at a boutique, you would easily be in triple figures. Easily, wouldn't you?
Well, you've got a really big chunk of amber there.
Amber. That's not even the largest amber, actually,
no,
is it?
No, it's not. It's the largest
middle-sized one.
Yeah, the largest one went in the bracelet.
Yeah.
In the cuff. And yeah, that was the middle-sized one.
I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. I really, really do. Not many of those left. I'm in my last chance saloon. I'm at the bar. What are you having?
Ooh, a cocktail.
Oh, go on. What colour?
Oh.
What do you fancy? Singapore Sling? Cosmo? Mai Tai? Old Fashioned? Long Island iced tea?
Oh, yes.
Mahit Long Island iced
tea.
But
I like it with cranberry instead of Coke.
Oh, there's always one, isn't
because
there?
I don't like, because it always...
Oh, there is always one. Okay, Spelby, let's get started on this, shall we? Just to let you know, if you want to make this look, you're going to need chain. I have got chain coming up for you in a findings pack shortly, so don't worry about it. Stay where you are.
Okay, that's how much wire I've got left, and I still had some of the 0.4 left, but I've actually used that to make my prep stages. So that's you know, you get a good stash.
That is a
collection there as well.
Massive left over. That's fab. Amazing price point. I mean, amazing price point for one of the most loved of all of the organics. Do check out those baskets. I can't encourage you enough. You're like a chicken running across the road right now. You're just really, just on the edge of missing out. So please do treat yourself to those. Okay, let's get started.
Okay then. So I've actually used the 1mm wire for the frame because I wanted a nice sturdy wire. Okay, and when I'm going to be doing the weaving, because I've got 0.4 as a weaving wire, it's better to weave the thicker gauge with the 0.4 than it is to the 0.8.
Great, got you.
Because the 0.8 is going to be a little bit wibbly, basically.
Wibbly.
And when you use it with the 0.4, you can tend to pull it out of shape, and it becomes a lot harder to work with. Where you just use the 1mm, it makes it a lot more easier.
Wibbly and wobbly. Not good.
It's not good. It's not good. Look. Okay, so for this one, I mean, if you can again have a longer length of wire. Initially, when I was going to do this, I cut 6 lengths of wire off with the intention of doing like 1/2 and 1/2.
Okay.
So I didn't cut as long as I could have cut, really.
Okay.
But as it was forming, I found I actually didn't need the second set. I was able to continue round with the same pair.
Got you.
So allow an extra sort of probably, a human ruler, how much is that?
Yes, that is approximately 22 centimetres.
Yeah, around about that.
Oh, I like those flush cutters, Laura.
What are these ones?
Yes, aren't they nice?
They are brilliant.
Why are you using them?
Because they cut through everything, and they're just brilliant for wire work.
You couldn't keep that up, could you?
No, I couldn't, no.
You'd be rubbish on
I
Blue
would be
Peter.
rubbish. Yeah.
They sort of talk like that on Blue Peter, don't they? I don't know, it's been
never
a while
watched
since
it.
You've never watched Blue Peter?
No.
This friendship is over. I have got some flush cutters here for you. Well done, everybody who wants them. They are sensational. All of our guest designers have them, and I think that's fair to say,
Yep.
as far as I
think
know.
So, yeah, pretty much.
All of them has got at least a pair of these. These are your flush cutters. They slice through even the thickest gauges of wire like butter. They are sensational, especially if you've got that thicker wire earlier on. You know, we had the 1.25 on earlier. These are going to slice through that with ease. It also means that it gives your wire a safe edge, so you don't have to worry about tucking it away too much or sanding it down or all that naff business. These just slice through it easy, give you a nice clean cut. They're simple to use, and if you are starting out, I would say genuinely treat yourself to these sooner rather than later, because they're so easy on your hands, and these won't put you off trying more. You've got your flush cutters. Your price point today is just £29.95. It's a great price. We had loads of messages in when we first brought these to you saying how people have spent, you know, 40, 50, 60 pounds on a pair of flush cutters. You can get lower price flush cutters, but we also had a lot of people messaging and saying, I did buy a £20 pair. I used them 3 or 4 times, the spring went, or they weren't that great. These ones are sensational. £29.95 for you today. Get them whilst you can, because we very, very, very rarely have them on, so do get them whilst you can. Well done. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, okay, brilliant. So, what I'm going to do is, these are quite high domed.
Yes.
So, again, it's that keeping it held in, but sort of not losing the actual stone itself. So, I liked the idea of having a frame around it that would be able to sort of hold and mould around it. So
Great.
this is why I thought, well, I want these 3 wires here, but I need to hold them together, so that's why I did this weave.
Okay, so we've got a hold and mould.
Hold and mould.
Good.
So the reason I chose the weave that I did is I just made this one up, really. I was just doing something that just looked pretty whilst it was going around.
Okay.
There's no reason. You can do any weave that you want as long as it holds the 3 wires together. So I'm going to take one of my wires. Again, I work towards the end, so that I will move my weave towards the middle. Okay, holding a little tail. I'm just going to wrap 3 times around that wire. And normally when I do a weave, I will add my wire to the top, and I'll tend to build my wires up that way. But with this time, I'm actually going to place my second wire underneath the wire that we've just anchored the 0.4 onto. Okay, so I'm actually, my wire's anchored on here, so I'm now going to place my wire underneath. I'm going to wrap 3 times. So 1, 3. Okay, so if I just show you what I mean. Okay.
So you've done the wraps there. We can look at those ones. I see.
So you've got the ones in the middle.
Yeah.
This is where we actually started, so that's still got the little tail attached.
Yeah, got you.
And so I placed one underneath, and I'm going to place, now what I'm going to do is wrap the middle one again. I'm just wrapping it 3 times, and each time I want to go in between the wires before I wrap the next wire. So what I don't want is the wire to sort of go across it like that.
Right, we don't want that.
No, I want it to go in between the 2 wires.
Got you.
Okay, so if I turn it around, so what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to bring that wire back in between these 2 wires. Oops. It's away from me now, so I'm just going to wrap that middle wire again 3 times. 2, 3. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is add my 3rd wire.
Okay.
Place it on top. And again, you can just kick out the end so that you can work out which one's which. Wire's away from me again, so I'm just going to wrap it over the top and wrap 3 times. Okay, so that's one little section just done, and all you're doing is going up and down the wires and wrapping 3 times.
Oh, it's easy.
Okay, so but every now and then, if I just show you there, you can just about see it. Okay.
Yeah.
So my wire's back in the middle now. Okay, so if I just turn it back around, I can get rid of my little tail because I don't need that anymore.
With your flush cutters?
With my flush cutters.
We've had a text in, well, we've had a few in about these. I'd like to see what people are saying. Possibly my favourite tool. They make such a difference to the finish of your work. I use them every single day. Amazing. And that is from Eleanor in gorgeous Barcelona. Hello, Eleanor. I think a lot of guest designers will agree with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, as you could see then, I was able to just get in nice and close and actually cut that wire. But the way that they finished, the way that they cut the wire is really quite essential.
Yeah.
When I do workshops, I will always say, you know, I'm not here to sell anything to you, but I will say one thing. If you're serious about wire work, invest in a pair of flush cutters.
Really?
Yeah, and we make a ring.
Yeah.
And what I do is I cut one side of, when we wrap the shank, I cut one side with the flush cutters and one with a pair of normal side cutters.
Yeah.
I don't touch it and I pass it around and you can feel the difference.
Wow.
Just because the side cutters pinch.
Yes.
And these go at a flush.
Yeah.
So when you only have to literally have a tiny little edge to get rid of.
And that's it.
And that's it. So it really
much
is.
easier.
It is essential.
Veronica, lovely to meet you, Veronica. Hello, lovely. My name's Becky. This is Laura. We let her in sometimes. It says, hi Becky and Laura, I have problems with my hands and these flush cutters are fantastic. It eliminates further pressure on your hands. Lovely tool. Veronica, that's great to hear that off you because a lot of people, you know, have dexterity problems. And even I, who don't have dexterity problems, sometimes with my usual cutters, I find myself kind of having to do 2 hands, and after quite a lot of work, it can dig in a bit. Don't have that problem with these, though. No,
you don't. And again, like you say, going back to the use of the thicker gauges of wire, so if you're using at 1.5, you will struggle to cut it with the side cutters. Plus, when you cut it, it tends to fly because you've had to put a lot of pressure on it. Whereas with these, you just literally treat it as if it's any other wire, and it cuts it, like you say, like butter.
Yeah, love it. Thank you, Eleanor and Veronica, for those texts. Hope you're having a lovely day, ladies.
Right, so I've done just that little set. My wire's back at the top again now.
Got you.
So what I'm going to do is just bring the wire straight down across the front and then wrap the bottom wire again 3 times and then go back up. And what you're going to do is just do a couple of sets. So on it should be, you'll have 2 on each line, and then you want to bring the wire just down the front. It's no reason, and if you go off pattern, it's not the end of the world. It's just having those little splashes of wire are quite handy, because at a later stage we're going to kind of almost have to sew with the 0.4 again, but because you've already got splashes of wire, it blends into the design.
I see.
So it helps, but also it just looks nice as well. And so it's literally just going up and down. So I've gone 1, 2, 3, so okay, and like I said, it doesn't matter too much if you lose the pattern, not the pattern, because you'll keep going up and down, that's not a problem.
No.
But if you sort of lose the amount of wraps in between your wire going down the front. Yeah.
The motion of the ocean, or whatever they say.
So you can see that I've just got a few. And then what I want to do is make sure I can move my base wires, because you don't want your tension to get too tight on this one. So just move my base wires down a little bit. And again, just give it a little flatten with your pliers. I've used my flat nose pliers, but you can use your chain nose pliers, it's just as good. Okay, and so you can see here, I'll turn it around. I normally go by the top as a guide. It's a bit tricky to see because it's silver on silver, but you can see that there's 2 sets there.
Yeah, you can.
So then what I would do then is take that wire down. And then continue again. So I try to make sure there's 2 on the top. When you get to that second set, bring the wire down the front, and then just pick up the pattern again. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you miss one. If you do a big batch before you realise you've forgotten to put your splash across it. Again, it's not the end of the world.
No.
As long as you can kind of pick a little bit of a pattern up. No one's going to look at it and go, oh, you haven't put your pattern properly there. But, you know, I know if you do want to be meticulous and have it really specific, then that's just a little marker. All right, so you do this, and as you're doing it, you want to be able to place it and get
hold and mould
to get an idea of how far down you go. And what you want to do is just basically wrap one complete side.
Okay.
All right.
Got you.
Okay. Do you want to do you want me to carry on?
Oh, wait. Do you want me to do something?
No, I don't mind. I can keep going.
All right, yeah, keep going then.
Keep going. Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I'm happy.
You're
I'm
happy?
happy if you are.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't trust you sometimes.
good. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah. So what I've done is I've done one section already.
Okay.
And I've moved it down to the middle, so I've got a nice bit of excess wire on either sides. And now all I've done is I've cut my 0.4 wire, and I've probably got about
40 centimetres.
or so, just to have as a wrap, really, if I need it. So now I can mould it around, and I can see, so I'll turn this around here for you to be able to see exactly how I've done it. So I can get that's sort of around about just meeting at the top and the bottom there.
Got you?
All right?
Yep.
So now what I want to do is I need to support the back. So it's all, I know that I've got the sides supported, I know that that's going to support it, but I need to support the back of it. So if you've got some wires, one half that's got longer lengths of wire than the other, go for the ones with the shorter lengths, because the ones with the top longer lengths are going to come back down the other side.
Yeah.
Which means that they will then, you've got the excess wire to make sure that you've got enough wire to go back down this side, where these aren't really going to be doing much.
Okay.
So take a bottom, right, so make sure that your weaving wire is finished on the top. So just quickly bring that up. So that the pattern, so that my weaving wire is going to be on top of the stone as opposed to at the bottom. Okay, so I've just brought that back up to this top wire here. And this bottom wire here, I'm going to turn the piece over and pull it quite sharply so that I can mould it, so it's going to just create like an inner frame.
Okay.
Okay, and that, if I turn it back again, is going to give the stone something to sit on.
I got you.
Yeah? So
Yeah,
it's-
I see.
yeah.
Clever, clever.
So it's just going to give it a tiny little bit of a base to hold the stone, but again, it's not going to overpower it.
No,
It's
a
not gonna-
ledge.
Yeah, and it's not going to block the light coming through either.
Genius.
All right?
Yeah, got you.
So that's just kind of created that little inner frame. So if I hold it up
Right.
like that, you'll be able to see.
Yeah, got it.
All right?
Yeah, in a frame.
So
ledge.
then what I want to do is straighten the end of it. This is the same piece that I've just created this sort of support with.
Yep.
And then one of my top wires, again the closest one to I turn it that
ledge.
way, to the ledge, is just going to wrap around. So, and I've only wrapped it around once, so it's now back to where it was.
Okay.
But it's just hooked and caught that.
Caught it in place.
Which is keeping that in place.
Oh, genius.
And that's going to become one of our connections.
Connections.
Got you. All right.
So you've locked it in place
Locked it
there.
in place.
Fantabulous. If you were enjoying this demonstration, but maybe you missed out on, well, we have still got a few of the Dragon's Eye available, but I mean minimal amounts. So if you do want to be able to create this look, but maybe you want to be able to do it with different cabochons, I have got a quick opportunity for you now. Which ones did you want to do? The Pebble Jasper. I think you'll love these, Belle.
I did. I spied them earlier. I could see them from over there and thought they look a bit amazing.
They are a bit. Pebble Jasper I've got here for you. Take a look at these ones. So unique, so individual, so different, and so kind of up your street, like I said, Spell, because they have got that natural, organic looking colouring to them, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think there's something now I could wire wrap and not be too worried about losing the detail because it's got so much.
Because it's all over.
It's all over, yeah.
Yeah, it's all over, front and back, so you don't have to worry too much. So great for beginners, actually. 250 carats worth of your Pebble Jasper here. Every single one's going to be unique, individual, tell its own story. Your price point today? But because we're together, and because that for me is a good enough excuse, we have decided to drop the price. We want everyone to get involved today. Add it to your order for just £6.95 today. What do you think?
Oh, Fleur, if you're watching, can I have some, please?
I don't know if you made that noise before. Oh, you sounded like that puppy we had on a minute ago. It's good, that, isn't it?
Yeah, that is brilliant. That is brilliant, and they are really, really lovely stones as well.
Aren't they?
And they would go lovely if you'd gotten that opal and mookaite bundle.
Oh, you genius. Quite like the idea of those together. Like as a really nice statement.
Like a double
pendant.
Double pendant.
Yeah.
So you could double knit them.
Yes, love that idea. $6.95, loads of you coming in. Well done, everyone. That has got to be the lowest price for a cabochon set I've ever seen. Because I'm used to seeing, £21 points. Obviously, carat weight's different, gemstone's different, but that's what I'm used to seeing. So $6.95 for a variety is great. Get them whilst you can. Okay, Spelby, I'm back with you, lovely lass.
Okay, so, I mean, what you would do is before you did this sort of support, you would be 100% sure that you would keep checking, making sure that that's going to sit nicely. This is very slightly too large for this one, and I can tell because when I place it in, it's overhanging quite a lot here.
Got you. Yeah.
But that's because I wasn't checking continuously as I was going along. But it's not a problem. It's going to just slightly outwhack it. You just got to mould it around a little bit.
Yeah,
okay. So now,
I suppose you could always put the connectors in at a different angle.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't have to have them at top and bottom. No. You could have the chains coming out slightly differently.
You could place it slightly angled like this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, really. Yeah. It's just a matter of supporting it. You just need to make sure you've got that support across the back of the stone, and obviously the sides are high enough to hold it in as well. Yeah. Okay, so you do that, then you go back to the reel, and then simply pick that pattern back up with these 3 wires here.
Okay.
So you would just take your wire to add in. Oops, if you can catch it. What I'm going to do is just go to the bottom, or the inner one, the one that will be on the inner frame.
I see. Yeah.
To me, it's still the bottom one because when I'm sitting looking at it like this, I've got my bottom, middle, and the top one.
Okay. Top, middle, or bottom?
Top, middle, or bottom.
Do you remember that game? What was that game show called?
Was that
Play Cards Right? Was it? I don't think it was. Top,
no.
middle, bottom. No, that was what Ryan said. It wasn't me.
Oh, it might have been.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, it totally
was. That's what I said.
Right, and then you would just pick that pattern back up again. So you would 1, 2, 3, and then back up to the top. And then when you get to the top, that's when you can bring the wire straight across. If you find a situation like this where you think, the wire's coming away from me, so how can I bring it up, like down the front of it?
Yeah.
And just bring it straight down the back. Wrap that bottom one again. 2, 3, and then bring it at the top. Okay. So if you find that it's not in the right position, when you get there, you can easily bring it back down. All right. So.
Who was it? What's it called? It wasn't Play Your Cards Right. Strike It Rich.
Yes, with Michael Barrymore.
Yes. Top, middle, or bottom, and he used to run up the stairs and down. They used to light up and everything. Yeah.
No, it wasn't Play Your Cards Right.
Yeah, I did too. Ryan. Muppet.
Right. So I've got a frame here, so I'll do it on this one. So we'll imagine that this one's been
a full frame.
Down to here.
Got you.
So again, you're placing your stone in. And you don't seem to need to mould as far down on this, weave as far down on this one because you've already kind of gone around the corner as such.
Yeah.
So make sure you get rid of that tail. And then you can, so when you're happy that you know that that's matching, that that's where it should be, you can take it away. And then again on the back. So this is back to the first half.
Got you.
Okay. The middle wire of the first side that we did.
Yep.
And again, just bring that around to make that second support part.
I see.
If I show it like that. So it's just the middle wire, the same side that we did the first support half with.
Yeah.
And then you just bring that around. And the reason I chose that one was because it then gives continuous support all the way around the stone, whereas if I put that one back and was to do this one, and say try to mirror the side, you'll see that there's a gap and it's not a continuous support. If you do it like that, you have that gap. So to use this piece here just keeps it continuous, and then that support goes all the way around, and then that stone won't escape. So then you're going to just bring it and just gently guide it, and then that's going to become the second part of your connector.
I see.
At the moment it's not secure.
No.
But it will be.
Okay.
So then you want to be able to pop your stone in, and again it's just lots of little stages of, is that supporting it? Yes it is. So This is the one that I've already done. So you can see the back of this one
is all ledged in.
It's all sort of just been done.
It's got the little gemstone mattress.
Okay, so place your stone in, and again make sure it's really nice and supported. And then the top wire of the second side,
Yeah.
we're just going to bring that around the inside of the frame there. Okay, and that's just one more little extra bit of support.
I see.
Just
Good.
that little bit of additional support just to lock that stone in. It's giving support at the bottom here because it's just slightly going over the edge of it and just across the top there.
Got you.
All right, so it's just about really supporting that stone. Now for me, this is where, because I hadn't planned for a lot of wire, I kind of ran out of my wire. So I didn't have enough wire to reach around to the back of these connectors, so I cut my wire there and spiraled it. So if you've got enough wire, bring it across.
Yeah.
And just gently wrap it around those connectors, not really pulling it tight. Those connectors haven't lost their positioning, they're still as they are, but just to lock all of that in, okay? And
Yeah.
then I could then cut that and just spiral
Spiral it in.
that in, okay?
Hold the phones. Tanzanite. Stop it. Tanzanite, just after the break. I've got last in stock of a Tanzanite. No, wait, that is the highest quantity of Tanzanite I've had in ages. Everyone's got the chance to get some Tanzanite after the break. Rounds. Oh, I love that. I cannot wait. What price point? Under? No. That is amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, after the break, everybody, I've got a strand of Tanzanite wound, so one of the most usable shapes and sizes. You know Tanzanite is going, gone. I have got a strand for you, and price point wise, we are talking under that, because last time we had the plain rounds on, do you remember they were $169.95? I'm going under that today. Oh, I'm so excited. Eee, they're just about to wing their way to us. We'll do them straight after the break in a bit. Can't wait now. Oh, fantastic.
Okay, so I've just spiraled and placed that on top. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just there, and again, that's just supporting that, and that's really solidly locked in now.
Got you.
Okay, but don't worry if like for the first time, I just spiraled it as I said, and when I bring my weaving wire up in a minute, which I will, I just caught that spiral to make sure it didn't pick up.
Good time.
So then you're getting to the point now. The stone itself is secure. I can see it's secure. It's locked in, but this isn't secure on the back because this bit isn't connected to this bit.
Okay.
So I just wanted to bring, so I've got two weaving tails in effect here, lengths of wire. So I'm going to use one of them just to connect and secure these wires, because that one there and this one here aren't really very secure. So I'm just going to just wrap them together a little bit, just to give them a bit of security. And I'm just going around them both. Okay, and then I could just, again, that frame, so if I turn it over, that frame there, hook it again just to secure it, and then bring that wire to wrap it once or twice and get rid of that then. Okay, and then what you're going to do with these two, trim them to probably about 1 centimetre, doesn't really matter, and you just want to loop them into a loop. Okay, so there's one. And then again with this one, you want them to sit next to each other, so they're kind of like a connector like that. So,
I've got you. Okay.
so you can line that up and take a bit more time with that, but that would give you an option to double layer as well.
Fab.
And then this one here, what we want to do is hide that work.
Okay.
So that when you put your jump ring behind it, you don't see
can't
that
see it.
connector, which is where again you do that extra little spiral just here with that top wire, or in this case, sorry, the middle one, because the top one's gone round
Got you.
to the top of the pendant.
Fab.
You just gently get the right pliers, and then when you place that there, see, I show you there,
Hides it.
that hides.
Fab.
So you can see
Hides
from the
the
side,
mechanism.
yeah,
Brilliant.
it kind of hides the mechanism, the connection.
Fab.
Okay, and then this excess wire here, so as I said, this isn't 100% connected because there's that looseness there. We did these splashes going down.
Yes, you did.
So this is where this ties in.
Ah, so it keeps the theme going.
Keeps the theme going.
Fab.
I clearly planned that
Yeah.
when I did this weave.
Gosh, you're
exactly
so
what I had in my mind.
clever.
And so then I'm just feeding it.
We're laughing because we know it's not true. That's what's funny. It's not true.
Tell everybody, do you?
I think it was quite obvious. We both put on stupid voices for starters.
So I've just hooked and caught that then.
Okay.
And then you can just kind of go along, and then you don't need to do it loads, just a couple of times, and it just ties it all in a little bit and keeps it together. And it's just that little bit of extra support. I mean, when this is work hardened, when you wear it a couple of times, it get work hardened anyway.
it will.
But you just don't want anything to have any sort of insecurity to it.
No.
Okay. And then you just, you'll find a way of bringing this up to the top here. And this is where I said I sewed in that little spiral that I made because I didn't have enough to wrap around.
Got you.
All right. And then because I wanted to make sure these were secure, I wrapped them just around a couple of times, just so that they are really locked together. 1, 2, that's gone. And then you just trim these.
Flush cutters at the bottom of the screen.
Yep. So you can angle them out slightly. And then you just do a little loop towards, away from the actual front of the stone.
Why is that important?
Because, and this was because I played about with the way it connected. Initially I had the connectors facing downwards,
Yes.
but it wasn't, because of the direction, it kept falling.
Loops out.
So you need the connectors to face away from the skin.
Got you.
So if I do my loop towards the bottom or the back of the pendant
Yeah.
connector, and then just using my round nose pliers, just fold them up.
I see. So that's what keeps them in the right
keeps
direction.
them in the right direction.
Got you, got you,
But
got
you can easily rotate them around, which is what I ended up doing because
Right.
I had them the wrong way.
Got you.
So, and then you just connect it like that, and like that.
And
that's it.
ladies and gentlemen, is the finished product. Show Ben, he'll love it. Look at that.
Like a little rabbit now.
Isn't that fantastic? And as I said, if you want to complete this look, you're going to need the jump rings and the chain. And I do have chain and jump rings for you now. Not just any old chain. I have that gorgeous filigree. The Figaro, sorry. Chain. This is the chain I'm about to bring to you. A meter's worth here. This, as the design's going to go in really nicely. It's going to tie in beautifully, isn't it?
It really is.
Really beautifully. I've got a whole meter's worth of this gorgeous chain here and your jump ring. So how have we attached this using the jump rings? Because obviously we need this now.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a moment. I'll bring you this first, I suppose.
Okay.
I'm getting all these jump rings.
Can if I can have the chain and jump rings off that after? Of
course you can.
Because I don't have any. And
All
then
right,
I
I'll
can-
let them see it first.
You do the showing first.
Right, okay. And then we'll hand over.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had this talk.
Organised.
So I've got for you here all of those crimp beads, loads of them there, crimp beads, absolutely loads. Going to be great for finishing off your designs. Great if you got the crimping pliers this morning. If you didn't, don't worry, I've got the crimp bead covers to make them nice and neat. I've got the fancy earring findings, otherwise known as the necklace connectors. I've got your toggle clasp there with the twirl detail, gizmo detail. I've got your delicate toggle clasp as well in here, as well as the heart brushed design, which is so, so pretty. I've also got in here loads of those funky spacers. These are the spacers. That's actually one spacer. So there's the hole through the centre of these. I've also got in here, sticking with the heart theme, some heart head pins, some featherweight head pins, finally, and some of your original ball head pins too. As well as 3 of these cord end connectors that will extend your neckline piece if you want them to, but also keep your cords in check. I've also got a couple of pairs of these shepherd hooks too to give you a really nice design. And don't forget that meter's worth of that gorgeous chain. So all of this I have for you today. You're going to need it to finish off this design, but also you're going to want it really just to keep your stash up, because we haven't done findings in ages, it feels like. Your price point today for all of that, £6.95. It is truly a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful price point for you, and we will show you how to add the chain on and the jump rings. Now, I think it's gorgeous that we've just done for you a findings pack by itself, because rarely are we allowed to do that. Actually, a lot of the time we get told we have to put, you know, gemstone chains with them, or cords with them, or wire with them, or whatever it might be. But do you know what? When you just need the essentials, that's all you need, and that's why I've got so many triple buyers and so many double buyers, because it's very rare will we see these by itself, but we have today. And for a massive 110 pieces, bear in mind one of those pieces is a meter's worth of that stunning chain, and you get the Gorganza bag as well. £6.95 is just sensational, so do get that whilst you can, but you do have to be quick. So many triple buyers on this, so many, so do check out. We hardly ever see it by itself, but it's a bargain when we do, so get it whilst you can.
Okay, so initially what I did was I actually used the whole length.
Fab.
And then I realised it was too long, so I was able to tweak it a little bit, which is why I ended up with that little section.
Third little.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do is, if I can
Yeah, let me show you on this bit, which we're going to be doing next. So we are doing the chain section.
Going to get rid of that bit then.
So we're going to go from 2 pieces of chain down to 3 pieces of chain, and then up to these 2 individual connectors, and we'll show you how to do that right now.
Okay, so I've just cut a length of chain. Now you can tweak this and do it properly, but I mean I literally just put it around like this. So bearing in mind you've got the connector to go in there as well, so that's going to give length. And also I added a couple of jump rings on because I made it a little bit short, but I wanted the drape effect.
Got you.
So you can either cut them both in half and just have 2 actual lengths, or you can fold it in half. Okay, but what I wanted was it to be almost like a double single kind of length to then open out.
I know you.
So take your jump rings, take your 2 sets of pliers. Or, you know, if you've got 2 pairs of pliers, it is helpful, because then you can just open. I can never see the cuts on these. If you can't ever see the cuts on them, like I can, I tend to just open them, and then you'll see a direction of where it is, and then you can reposition it.
Rejig.
So just open them outwards, okay? For this one I am actually just going to feed it through, because it's a slightly thinner chain than what I use. Again, just gently lift up your spiral that's covering your first connector, and pop that jump ring straight through, and then reclose.
And don't forget, it's the 1 mil we've used as the base, so it can handle being moved out of shape and then moved back in a few times. It's fine.
So then the bottom pieces, as I said, I added a couple of jump rings. I added 3 onto the longer length and 1 onto the shorter. It also helps you distinguish which one should go on which hook.
Hook.
Because if it's got 1 on, you know it's going to go on the higher one. And yes, if it's got the 3 on it, then I knew that's going to go on the bottom one.
Got you. Oh, very clever. Yeah. Method in your madness.
I know, right? Again, let's see. I can't see. I know it was a fluke. I'm not going to lie. So you just connect 1, and then pop the second one on, and reclose that one, and then just pop your 3rd one on. Okay, and then what we'll do, I won't. Again, because this is a trial and error piece. When I was when I was trying it on, seeing how it sits, what was happening, if I can quickly show you on here, was I'd sit it like this, but obviously these 2 lengths are just now open. So you would pop your first one on, and that one. Right, they were kind of twisting and getting mixed up. Hang on there. So if I just put that on there, they were getting twisted and mixed up.
I know what you mean. Yes, they will do, won't they? You should wear them. Yeah.
So what I did was I took another jump ring. Hang on, if I can find that joint. And I just kind of, where I wanted it to open out, I actually just jump ringed 2 together here.
So that means it's not going to get tangles and stuff, because it's almost locked into place, that back section,
so then when you take that off,
it keeps it.
Just those 2 bits that are now
clever.
And then because as I said, that was my initial design, was to have it like this, and then when it was because I'd cut too much initially that I thought, okay, I had a little length like that. Yeah. And again, just attaching with 2 jump rings.
So you can just
placed it on There.
Isn't that beautiful?
And that's it. That's all it does.
So, just by adding a different piece of chain, you get two totally different looks. Which look do you prefer? You can do it either or, can't you? I think they're both sensational, I have to say. Both absolutely gorgeous. Spelby, you've just shown us that essentially from beginning to end, which is amazing in the kind of 40 minutes that you've had. Sensational. Thank you, Spelby. Oh, it's reminded me. I'll tell you after the break. I've got to tell you about that B-ring.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what happened to me when I wore Spellbinding's B-ring? I didn't get stunk, no, that would be ironic. After the break, I have got that amazing tanzanite. Have we got a picture of it? Can we see it? Can we? A glimpse. Eyes peeled, now, go. Oh, that is so nice. That's coming up for us later, but also later on, do you want to see this design that we're going to learn how to make lots of different elements of? Da, 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 da. Can be worn in so many different ways. It's gorgeous. Oh, how ethereal, how stunning, how kind of Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones ethereal does this look? It looks like a Titania wear or something, doesn't it? Queen of the Fairies. It's gorgeous. In case you didn't know, I really like it. We're going to be learning to make this essentially in the second DI, aren't we?
Yeah, elements of it to put it all together, yeah.
Fantastic, and it does up in lots of different ways as well to give you a different look. We'll show you that later on. So, after the break, Tanzanite. Rounds of Tanzanite that I promise will be under the usual price point you'd expect for the rounds of £169. It is under that. And then, also after the break, we've got a price discount called Partners. Do a crime face. Do you like a crimey face now? Ready? Get thinking. Get thinking. Called, we're going to do a price last section called Partners in Crime.
I don't know. I panicked.
Just come back after the break.
If you'd like to wish JewelleryMaker a happy 5th birthday, download our JewelleryMaker Viewer's Voice app and record your own video message that could be shown during our 5th birthday celebrations. Happy birthday, JewelleryMaker!
If you miss a JewelleryMaker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of JewelleryMaker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with JewelleryMaker.
Want to learn how to make the most of your beading thread? Then come and join in the fun on our Adventures with Beading Thread workshop. Guest designer Gemma Crow will inspire you to design stunning feature pieces of jewellery that will help you to make use of your essential stash items. Full course includes a selection of beading thread, a selection of findings, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just $64.95. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. This weekend, it's JewelleryMaker's 5th birthday. Kicking off with Free Gift Friday, get a birthday gift on orders over £30. Join Carol and guest designers on Saturday for Google Hangouts and Facebook chats. Super Sunday sees the launch of the 5th birthday DVD. Monday is the big day where we'll be launching brand new products. And Last Chance Tuesday will bring you another DVD launch and an opportunity to grab any products you may have missed. All this plus much more, so tune in for JewelleryMaker's 5th birthday weekend. Happy birthday, you crafty lots.
When it comes to gemstones, certain ones just take rarity, beauty, prestige to another level. All gemstones has an element of rarity to them, but this one absolutely takes it to another level. I just want to say before you look at this, I do have decent enough quantity, but I've still only got about 36 of these. When we have tanzanite on, because you are all connoisseurs, because you have, even if you've only joined 2 months ago or 2 years ago, you will have seen the plight of tanzanite increase so much that the yields have dropped intensely. I just want to say to anyone beforehand, if you manage to get this, the birthday weekend has started early for you. To every single one of you who's going to get to own this today in advance, massive congratulations. Today you have the chance to own genuine, workable tanzanite. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. This strand is not your everyday tanzanite. The colour aspect of this tanzanite is phenomenal. I am hitting all 3 of those elements that we wish for, hope for, dream of in coloured tanzanite in this strand. All 3 of those aspects I am hitting. Those being the hue, I've got the archetypal stunning hue that I would hope for and expect with this. Hue-wise, I've got that violetish blue that we all really want, love and adore. When we talk about tanzanite, we'll often refer to it as either violetish blue or bluish violet. Most people will look for and value more the violetish blue. That essentially means that the blue is more prominent than the violet tones. I have got that often more valued and more loved violetish blue right here. So instantly, colour-wise, I have got a huge tick next to the fact that this is that go-to colour I would hope for in hue. But also in that gorgeous range of colour, I've got the tone. I've got that tone that I want. Tone, don't forget, going from 0% meaning white all the way to 100% essentially meaning black. I have got the perfect tone on this. Tone on your tanzanite is graded. And generally grade-wise, we're talking about a 2 to an 8 for tanzanite on the tone grade. I have got smack bang in the middle to my eye, which is exactly what I would hope for. Smack bang in the middle of this. And then that saturation. The saturation of this is spectacular. Now, saturation on tanzanite, on the tanzanite scale from the GIA, if you're not sure who the GIA is, the Gemological Institute of America. You know, it's a training body, it's governing body of lots of different things. They state that when it comes to saturation, on certain tanzanite you can get grey effect, and on some you get a really nice vivid effect of saturation. Saturation and hue together are one of the main things that will help us grade tanzanite. Now, graded tanzanite, essentially, well, I'll show you the grading system in a second, but a lot of it is based on the colour aspects that we're expecting, as well as the colour intensity, as well as the saturation therefore. I want you to take a look at the grading system, and then straight away I want you to take a look at this, because I want you to make your own mind up. Where do you think this tanzanite stands on the grading scale? Because I tell you what, I think it's way up there. This has to be one of the best strands I've seen. So remember, for tanzanite on the grading system, you're mainly looking for colour, hue, intensity and saturation. So at the lowest grade on that is the grade B. That is the lowest grade. Can you see how it's almost not blue, is it? It's almost, you have to kind of squint to see what colour it is. But then you've got, you know, the AAA up there, which is really nice, intense, strong. You look at that and instantly you see the blue. What do you think I've got here? Tell you what, to my eye, it's definitely not a grade B or even a grade A. This to me is way up there. Take a look at that colour again. Keep your eye on the colour. Remember this colour. Where are we? Yeah. Colour-wise, we're up there really, aren't we? I think, to my eye. But another thing that I really need to point out about this is we very, 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 very rarely bring you tanzanite that are in perfect rounds in your favourite size. You voted 8mm your favourite size. We've got a whole strand, therefore, on this strand of your favourite size. The last time I managed to bring to you a one-sized strand of round tanzanite like this, it was £169.95. To memory, I know I did one recently that was different sizes, but for a pure round, it was around that price point. I'm nowhere near £170 today. Your price point on this, ticking all the boxes tanzanite today, is just... You have got to be quick. £99.95. This is one of the rarest gemstones in the world. We're not even buying this gemstone anymore. The Genuine Gemstone Company has stopped buying tanzanite because essentially we're not prepared to pay the 900%, which is currently the latest price point we've been getting. 900% price increase from this time next year. 900%. We could very easily, and I'm not just saying this, we could very, very, very easily charge you £295 for this strand, and I could honestly, bottom of my heart, still stand here and say you are getting a bargain, because do you know what, we wouldn't be able to buy it, this strand, for £200 now. We just wouldn't be able to, because the price increase is so extortionate. That's why we're not currently buying this at this moment in time at all. We're just not, we're not prepared to pay those prices. Steve, we've just met his new dog, Steve is not prepared to pay those prices. So genuinely, if we try to buy this strand now, even at, you know, the cost that we get it, because of course, you know, we go straight to the suppliers, we go straight to the mines, even if there were so many people in baskets, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to check out those baskets, because I know, I said to you before, I had 37. I've got 20 something now, and there's so many of you with it in your baskets. I'm talking about jewellery makers from all over the world, actually, who've got this in their baskets. Now's not the time to dawdle on this. It's really not. I understand $99.95. It's not kind of the money you find down the back of your sofa, but I also understand that if we tried to buy this now and then sold this exact same strand on to you, you know, 7-8 months down the line, the price point of this from us to pass on to you would have to be about £300. It would have to be. Instantly, surely, because the price hike on this at the moment is around 800 to 900% at trade cost. Get yourself an heirloom today whilst you can, because I tell you what, once this gemstone is vanished off the face of the earth, whether that be a week, whether that be a month, whether that be a year, once that does happen, you are in the money. For any jewellery making pieces you make, you're in the money. You will be making instant profit on one gemstone, I'm sure of it. I've just been told I have got 10 left, bang on the nose of 10, and I've got too many in baskets. £99.95. Do you know what? You've got yourself an heirloom, you've got yourself something workable, you've got yourself something archetypal and stunning, but at the end of the day, you've got yourself a money maker. You really do. You really do. £99.95. Everyone who's just managed to own this, you are so wonderfully, wonderfully lucky to own this. You really are. You are one of the very few people in the world who get to own this today. So congratulations, every single one of you. I really, really do want to say that. Astonishing. $99.95, one of the best value for quality tanzanites I've ever seen. Absolute bargain. Well done, everybody. Well done. Oh, love that. So, it's time, spellbinding, for... Get ready for the face.
Okay, hang on then.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's time for the partners in crime.
I don't know. I can't do it. I don't.
You're not like
this.
trying to whisper to the
I'm trying to do
animals.
that mwahaha thing.
No.
No, well, give me a clue then.
You're not
what
like
are you
you're
doing? You're just
I'm
going.
more this.
What? I don't know.
You've got
That's
to
what
do
I was
intense
trying-
eyes. Right. Oh, that's quite good. Oh, why do I always have to tell you I have to pose? Sending me pictures the other day of her practicing the Becky selfie. Kayla, her daughter, nailed it first
did
time.
actually. I
You had
looked
to
at
send me
it go
about
up.
7. You weren't even close.
I wasn't, was I? No.
Intense eyes.
I was
Right,
trying-
where are
and
the
it's
intense
angle,
eyes?
isn't it?
Intense. Yeah. No, I'm doing the evil look
Oh,
now.
right, okay. I think-
Fingers at the ready. Yeah, don't you shout at me. Fingers at the ready.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you're almost there. You're almost there. Becky selfie face, go on.
No.
You can do it.
You got to get the angle right. I can't get the angle.
Pretend you've got a
Okay.
phone in your hand.
I don't
Not
know.
quite.
No.
Not quite. No, you just have to get there. You move it too much. It's literally just this. That's it. Every time. Yeah, got it. Look, Ben's got it too. Yeah. Oh, that would not be a good picture. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for treating yourself to that Tanzanite. I am joined today by my partner in crime, Spellbinding.
Am I supposed to do that again? Hi.
Creepy. I have got a partner in crime section for you now because we are just going to be mischievous and taking prices low for you on things we don't need to. And I'm going to prove that by showing this to you and saying I will be taking money off genuine, stunning sapphire. Got to say, it's one of the best qualities I've seen in a long time. Imagine this with that tanzanite. How much would you be charging for a genuine, bearing in mind this has got to be the clearest sapphire I have seen in months. The clarity on this is impeccable. How much would you be charging for sapphire and tanzanite bracelet? Well, I'll tell you what, you could get the price back of the tanzanite, couldn't you? Easily. This sapphire is stunning. Highly regarded as one of the most regal and renowned gemstones in the world. It is absolutely beautifully vivid in its colouring. And is this natural? Surely not. No, it's not. Really? This is natural. I instantly thought, that's why I mentioned the clarity. It's one of the clearest I've seen in months. So I instantly thought, well, it's filled, isn't it? It's got that glass in it. It's got the lead-based substance in it to make it that clear. I've just been told, though, that it doesn't. This is astonishing. Now, we see sapphire a lot. And I don't want to patronise anybody when I say this at all. So, but you do, I know you all are aware that with gemstones and with our channel, there's new people joining all the time who might not know kind of the things to look for in sapphire. So I don't want to patronise anyone at all when I say this, but when we're looking at this, we are looking at clarity. And clarity is one of the most defining factors on the price of sapphire. And when I'm talking about clarity, I'm literally talking about how the light transmits and translates through the gemstone and essentially how much you can see through it. Are there loads of inclusions in there? Are there loads of blemishes? If you're not sure what a blemish is almost an interference on the surface of the gemstone. Are there any blemishes in there that affect the clarity? Are there any internal inclusions and scratches and bits poking out? And if there are, that's going to drop the price dramatically. This one hasn't, to my eye. I'm even going to get my torch out to show you exactly how much I mean that. Look at the clarity, even on those red ones. Look at the clarity. This is not your everyday sapphire. We see sapphire that sometimes is opaque, And that's why you can get it for around the £20 mark, because it is opaque. Because at the end of the day, that means that the quality isn't as high up there. It wouldn't be classed as gem quality probably for the opaque versions. But when you've got clarity like this, like you can see on every single one of those, you're dealing with a whole different kettle of fish. We know this isn't going to be a £20 strand, therefore, because at the end of the day, you've got so much clarity, and as soon as you've got clarity, yet still intensity of colour like you have on this strand, well, boy oh boy, we're going to expect the higher price points. But this is JewelleryMaker, and actually today for this, partners in crime, me and Spellbinding have been out late at night with our swag bag, and we've stolen prices. It was definitely better in my head. We're taking the price down. You know, I've been saying, you know, this won't be your 20-something pound strand because it's got clarity. I've just made it £29.95 for you. Do you know what? Do you want to see what gem quality sapphire looks like? Well, this is the closest you're going to get for that price point. I can tell you that for absolutely nothing. The faceting on this is sensational. No blemishes on the surface, no scratches or internal inclusions or fibrous inside as I can see. It's eye clear to me. That means that, you know, unless you got this under a microscope, to me, I can't see any internal inclusions in this whatsoever. That is giving you today the opportunity to own one of the best strands of sapphire I have seen at definitely the lowest price point I have seen for one that isn't opaque and isn't scratched and isn't a bit dull in colour. And that is natural, by the way, don't forget, because usually general rule for a sapphire, as soon as you've got a natural sapphire, you are talking about a 50% price hike in price. So that price is astonishing. Your partner in crime, what do you think of that, Spelby?
That's amazing, isn't it? That really is.
Isn't it?
And just to be able to have that variety of colour of sapphire as well. So you've got a bit of everything that's going to go with every stone that you might have.
Yeah. I've got to say, can you see the clarity from there? I don't know, I'm holding it out like this. Like, the difference between here and here is going to be dramatic.
It's just amusing to see your face.
Anyway, I'm going to bring you now another sensational gemstone, which I personally adore and love. I just look on the website because I have three gemstones that I love. Zircon, opal, and imperial topaz. Not as a general rule all the topazes. Imperial topaz is the one I go for, because I like the fact that imperial topaz is one of the rarest topazes. I love the fact that it therefore is one of the most esteemed of topazes. I love the fact that not all jewellers can even get their hands on imperial topaz, because companies like us here have such good connections with the mine owners that actually we often get first refusal. I love that about imperial topaz. And I love that Steve loves imperial topaz too. And therefore he will not let standards slip. What I'm about to bring to you isn't your everyday imperial topaz. This is optimum imperial topaz, the type of imperial topaz that gave it the name, the type that has been used in imperial works of art. I've looked on the website, we've got nothing like this. The things we've got on the website at the moment, they're all drops. We haven't got any faceted rondelles. So you've got to get it whilst you can. This is that amazing imperial topaz. Oh my gosh, it is sensational. We haven't got anything else like this online at the moment. Partners in crime, you're going to be hoping you stuck around. If you're thinking of picking up the kids in the next, you know, half an hour, no, team, I'm not going to tell everyone to just leave them, like everyone just said. What I will say is, can you just ring in now? Just ring up now, because I'm going to take this, just say you were stuck in traffic. No, please just ring now and just get this, because I love this, and I'm going to do a silly price point. I'm going to take it under £35. I have got for you here stunning imperial topaz from the Minas Gerais section, the southeast area of gorgeous, gorgeous Brazil. Now, imperial topaz, you can get it from different places in the world. You can get it from Africa. Brazilian imperial topaz, though, is the type of imperial topaz we can only mine for around 3 months of the year. That's it. Because essentially what happens is the area in Brazil where this is has such a high water table, so that's the water kind of within the earth, I suppose, and it rises so dramatically that actually the mine is covered completely in water. It looks like a huge lake for around 7 months, 7, 8, 9 months of the year. That's why we can only get to this 3 months of the year, and in those 3 months we can only get about 4 miners in there at any one time. I've actually got a picture of the mining area if you want to see it, for this gemstone, where this gemstone was born and created realistically. Take a little look. So if you take a look, you see that bottom corner picture where that huge digger is? You see that huge span, that lake behind him? That is actually the mine for this. It's when it's covered in water. This is what Steve says about it. So Steve Bennett, CEO of the company, he says, without question, imperial topaz is one of the world's most coveted gemstone. Absolutely agree with that. And the last line he says there as well is, imperial topaz is one of those gems that all gem collectors and connoisseurs seek to one day acquire. And it is a seek to one day acquire, it most certainly is. It's so hard to find, it's so tricky to get out of the ground, and when we manage to do so, we don't often get the right look and amount that gives you pleochrysm like this one is. And when we do get out of the ground, we very, very rarely make it faceted rondelles, but we have today, and I'm about to drop the price from, I promised that I would take this under £35. If I were to do that, I would be giving you £10 off. £10 back in your pocket. Have you opened your basket yet? If you haven't, why not? Because if I'm going to promise you £10 back in your pocket, that's £2.95 your post and packaging free, and you're still saving a ridiculous amount of money. This is one of my favourite gemstones in the world. From the pinnacle location. I've only got 42 left. Your price point today, lowest ever price point. I've taken not £10 off, not £15 off, £16 off. Lowest ever price point. You're never seeing this strand again at that price, ever, ever, ever. We haven't even got a strand like this on our website. All of those are the ones are drops, and the price of the drops, wow, you're going way up there. This is the most affordable for its beauty, for its clarity, lowest ever price point you've ever seen on anything like this. Well done, people who are coming in for this. You are serious connoisseurs, and it's just like Steve said, you know, it's a gemstone that gem connoisseurs will hope to one day acquire. Today is your day, ladies and gentlemen. Get your hands on this. It's from that #1 location, that gorgeous location in the southeast of Brazil. We can only get to it a few months of the year, that's it, and when we do get to it, a handful of miners can work at any one time. This has taken years and years, and I mean millions of years in the making from Mother Nature's, days and days and days of work for mining to get this out of the ground, hours and hours and hours worth to go through all the cutting effect and the stranding effect, hours even more to go through our 7-stage checking process, because yes, this is a gems of distinction, unsurprisingly, and you know what, it's taken my producer Helena 30 seconds to drop this to the lowest ever price point. Treat yourself to it whilst you can, because I've just been told I'm in my last chance saloon. Last chance saloon on this right now. That means 30 or less for you. Partners in Crime, just doing it for you today. It is one of my last shows for a while with my lovely spellbinding, so I'm just making everyone stick along, really, making everyone stick around. Well done, everybody. Jacqueline in Cumbria, lovely to see you. Barbary in Yorkshire, you've got yourself some. Lovely Stephanie as well has got herself a few. Kate from Manchester got yourself a couple, well done. And I've got Anonymous in West Yorkshire, he's got one. Donna in Hampshire, well done to you. Kirsty in gorgeous Australia, up again late at night, lovely. I hope we're keeping you through, and I hope you've got a good smile on your face, and I bet these sunshine colours are what it's going to be like outside for you soon. You've got Christine in Lincolnshire as well, Maria in Middlesex, Anonymous coming in sunny, Wendy in Berkshire, Barbara in Yorkshire, Claire in Surrey, Pauline in Essex. I've run out of breath, but to all the rest of you, well done. Lowest ever price point, lowest ever one. That is just fantastic. Well done, everyone. I love that. If you've never had Imperial Topaz before, you've gone for a perfect first option, I would say. Well done to you. Okay, moving on. I love that one. Can you tell? I love this strand as well. I've never seen anything like this at all. Spellbinding. If I just show you this first, can you give me some ideas of what I might do with this? Coated spinel.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Wow. That's gorgeous. I mean, they're lovely. They're a lovely version of a brilette cut, aren't they?
Yes,
So
they're
I
that
would-
kind of top drill
Yeah.
rice shape, aren't they?
So I would treat them as I would a brilette cut stone. I would treat them exactly the same. I'd make earrings out of them. I'd make drops. You could cluster them together, like you say, and have them on a neck piece like that. Little silver coils just in between them.
Little gizmo coils.
Literally
Great
just
idea.
restrand it.
Great idea. This is so individual and unique. You have got here spinel, which has been given a real gentle kind of metallic edge to it, which means you get that diamond-like luster we expect from spinel. When I talk about luster, I'm talking about the interaction of light on the surface, which in spinel is one of the best in the gemstone world. But then you've also got that submetallic edge to it with that gorgeous colouring. Ladies and gentlemen, you have got here the rice bead shape. I don't think I've ever brought you a strand of top drilled rice beads before that I can think of. I really can't think of. Faceted rice beads, maybe. Plain rice beads top drilled? I don't think so. And if you can't think of the last time you've seen it either, well then it must have been a while, so you probably don't have any in your stash. Now's your chance to get it in your stash, because me and my partner in crime are going to take this lower in price. Can I just say, please don't tell anyone that we're going to do this on spinel. Can we keep this between us? £6.95. £6.95 on spinel. I don't know why I put an extra syllable in that. Always so. Spinel. Spinel for that price point. That is, yeah, no one saw that coming. Hello, everybody. That is astonishing. Imagine just these three little shepherd's hook. Cute pair of earrings. Super adorable pair of earrings. Gorgeous in a really funky kind of steampunk, edgy tiara. Use the tiara twist to do a flower with these on a headband.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, you could put, if you got 2 lengths of chain,
Yeah.
and then a little bit of wire, and just put that in the middle and have them in the middle to make
Like a chandelier
earring.
set.
Yeah.
Good plan. Love
That would
that.
be nice.
I showed it to Spelby on my neckline before. I just think that's gorgeous. Just like that. Just like she said. Gizmo coil in between. Gizmo coil in between. Super duper easy. Yes, I'm wearing spinel. No, it wasn't £6.95. Don't tell anyone. I won't if you don't. I think that's fair enough. Don't tell on me. Loads of you coming in for this one. Do keep yourselves coming in for this. It is a sensational price. Lots of multi-buyers in here as well, so well done to you. At that price point, you're basically black. Oh my gosh. Saying this oh, half my stock's gone. Saying this makes me feel a bit queasy, but I'm going to say it anyway. You're buying spinel for the price of shell pearl. Gonna have to lie down. That's amazing, isn't it? I've never said that before, and it felt good. Get it whilst you can. Amazing. £6.95. Stunning, stunning strand. Well done, everyone who got that. Bringing to you on the table now. You don't need to know it's on the table. What is it? The finding is in the box.
It's a riddle.
A really rubbish riddle. The finding is in the box. So it's just in the box. Wait, which one do I want to do? Should I go for amethyst? Because we're team amethyst. And Ben. Ew, why do you have to do that noise? What?
You know, like when something's not working properly, like a party, like a...
Right, yeah.
And that's not working properly. It's just the sound of excess air. Like, you're trying to make it work, to celebrate, but it's not. So it's like...
I'm sorry you had to go through that. Do you want to be able to own something like this? I would. Anyone else? Amethyst. That's gorgeous, isn't it? 8x6 on that one. Are you Garnet?
I am Jewel.
No, I am June, he says. What else? Where's another one? I do like, let's have a look. Garnet. Oh yeah, you're Garnet, Rye, aren't you? Rye is part of Team Amethyst though, because his zodiac sign is Amethyst. So he is part of it. That's why I was thinking Garnet. Can I even get this out? 6 of these gemstones you get to choose from. And you get one of these 925 included. Oh, obviously I haven't prong set it in properly, so do please excuse kind of my angle on it. Garnet in there as a pendant. Genuine 925 pendant bail you've got here. Huge opening bail there, so you can even get Kumihimo through there. On the gem selection, I've got for you to choose from 6 for you to choose from. You can keep the rest as a collection. You can keep the rest for when we bring you more, you know, prong set pieces. You've got to choose from in here: black spinel, citrine, red garnet, white topaz, amethyst, and aquamarine, and all of them will fit into this 925 pendant. How much would you expect to pay for a genuine gemstone 925 pendant, which has hit all of those areas we could hope for, including things like your cut and things like your clarity and that gorgeous colour? The fact that the gems alone are $34.95, and you bought them at that price, you know, when they were on air last time or whenever, these alone are $34.95, which is a bargain. Don't forget you get the storage boxes too. My producer's just gone, maybe I shouldn't be doing this price then. Now I've just realised that. But she's still going to. Got to be quick. Got to be quick. Price point today, not £40. I'm not even paying attention to that. £29.95. You go and try and go down to those, you know, catalogue stores, etc., and you try and find yourself a 925 pendant with this much weight to it and that much high shine and such a large bail as that, and try and get gems of this quality that are cut to perfection, that have got this beautiful high shine colour, that stunning saturation and tone of quality like that, and you try and buy just one pendant for £29.95, because I tell you what, it's just undoable generally. Not today though. You are getting, bearing in mind again, the price point of this is usually the £37, £38 price point with the 925. What do you think of that, Spelby?
It's brilliant, isn't it? And, you know, again, to have that collection, even if you just wanted for display, to say, you know, if you have the more organic form of the gemstone,
yeah,
so that, because obviously sometimes people can only associate it with the high cut, that, you know what I mean, that kind of cut. So to see amethyst, say, as a raw gemstone, it would be like, are you sure that's amethyst? And you can say, yeah, this is it, and it's, you know, and it's high faceted polished state, and this is it, and it's more organic state. It's nice to have that sort of comparison.
Absolutely agree with that. And we've been doing a lot of these pendants by themselves as well, so you might already have 2 or 3 pendants at home but not the gemstones to fix. We generally don't have the gemstones, but we've got the gemstones today, and then you can stock up on more of those pendant findings as and when we bring them to you, or the ring findings, whatever you want. Well done everybody. £29.95 on that is a great price point. Okie pokey, Spelby, it's time for designer inspiration. Okay, ready? Y'all ready for this? Can I just pre-warn? Quantity-wise, I've got a tiny amount. I'm nowhere near as many as I would like, which is annoying because this kit's amazing. I've got natural coloured pearls in here. Not just any natural coloured pearls. Natural multicoloured pearls, including the highest valued natural coloured pearls on this strand. And I've probably got, of those highest valued colours, about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, maybe about 20 of the highest in the world general colouring in pearls. It's amazing. I have got in here none of that lower grade at all. Have you got that picture for me, Ollie, of the colours of pearls? Yeah, no problem. Essentially, with the colours of pearls, we're talking about a real variety in price point wise of natural looks. And if we take a little look at this slide, you'll be able to see the different colours that you naturally get occurring in most pearls. At the lowest end, price point wise, if you had a strand of the dark, creamy coloured pearls, that would be the lower end of the scale in price point wise. The light pinks are the highest price point in general. So these kind of pink tones that we've got up here are the highest prices as a general price point when it comes to natural pearls. The difference for a natural coloured strand in the yellow and cream to the difference in price point of the light pink could be hundreds of pounds if they're occurring naturally, because pink pearls you hardly ever get naturally occurring. That's what I'm saying. Look how many you get on this strand. You're even getting them in pairs at some areas. So amazing, astonishing. If you're a pearl connoisseur, you'll know all about the price points of natural pearls generally. And don't forget, you know, it is natural. It hasn't been heated, it hasn't been irradiated, it hasn't been dyed, etc. It is what it is, and it's stunning. I've also got a natural strand, well, not one strand, the equivalent of 2, of emerald for you. Did you get that gorgeous kit on the morning show this morning with all those nuggets? This would be a really nice addition to that, wouldn't it? And the fact that it's got that status, that name, that it is a big 4 and it is emerald and it is naturally occurring. Stunning, isn't it? I'm also bringing to you, you're going to love this. Ooh, those gorgeous carved leaves. It is such a beautiful, huge piece that we have here for you of your fancy jasper. It's going to be a 40 by 68 mil approximately, and you have got those beautiful veins hand carved into this, 90 carats worth in total. You can see how it's kind of, it's not just, if I put it down, see, it's not just a flat leaf. You see how it's got those beautiful curves and bends that kind of mix in with what you'd expect from Mother Nature and that organic look. It's really tricky to do, absolutely. It's not like you can just get a Isn't this weird? That the way I was going to explain it was, it's not just like a piece of bread that you cut lines in. What? But it's not, is it? Big into food right now. I've got for you, as well as all of this, I'm going to find it, if I show you these now, then I'll show you them in a little bit as well. I've got for you loads of these, but look, it's hard to see them on the picture online, so if you want to look at these now, they're gorgeous, aren't they? They are your centre drilled little shell flowers. You don't actually just get 4 of these, or 3, like I'm showing you now. You get 10 in total. And again, actually, the reason I did that is obviously so I could show you them on the desk. Can you see how, again, these aren't just flat pieces of bread. These have got that gorgeous movement to them too. Can you see that? They're not just flat, they've got the actual hanging over petals, which means they are going to be beautiful. Wait, come here, pals. Wait. Oh, stop it. These are going to be great. These are going to be perfect. Oop. Got it. Whoa. It's all right, my fingers are moist. Not really. These are going to be gorgeous as a pair of stud earrings. Just pop a head pin through here, you know, a head pin or your earring findings, you know, the stud earring finds with the butterfly backs. Pop that through there. You've got the stud centre there, and then you've got these. You can make yourself 5 pairs of those earrings. Perfect for a ring as well. Easy peasy. I'm also bringing to you, as well as 10 of those in total, I'm also bringing to you loads of wire. 0.8 in the antiques bronze, 10 metres worth there. 0.6 in the antiques bronze, 10 metres worth there. 0.25 in the antiques bronze, 50 metres there. I know these little spools tend to throw us off, but this is a 50-metre spool that we've got here. We're saving the environment one spool at a time, so we've kept it on the small ones for you. 50 metres worth on here. So you actually are getting 70 metres worth of wire in total in one of the most popular colours ever. I've also got, well done everyone who is getting this, your names are about to go off my screen, but you're getting in early, because let's remind ourselves, you've got a natural coloured strand of multicoloured pearls. We don't do these generally by themselves, do we? And when we do, the price point's way up there. Didn't I do that strand at £21? Multicoloured, natural strand. I did, didn't I? Natural coloured, multicoloured strand of pearls, £21. I've also got for you a double strand of natural emerald. I've got for you this gorgeous, huge fancy jasper, hand carved. I've got 10 of these beautiful little shell flowers. Going to be great for things like your earrings, your ring, etc. And I've got 70 metres worth of your antiques bronze wire. Your price point today is going to knock your socks. Ignore that, look away. That price isn't going to stay there for long. It is going to sell out. I told you it was going to sell out. Of course it is. Look at this price. £24.95. That has got to be one of the best value I've ever seen. Bearing in mind, okay, it was larger sizes than this. Yeah, the pearls I did was a larger size. But bearing in mind, the last strand of natural coloured, multicoloured strands my producers reminded me was about £21. Yes, larger than this, etc. But those are the prices we're used to paying. This alone, how much would you pay for that? It's a genuine gemstone. It's got that gorgeous swirl detail to it that's almost impossible to do. It's got the individual veins in there as well. And you're getting 10 of these. How much would you sell a pair of the shell pearl earrings for? Do you know what? Even if you did matrix and you said, well, I'd sell them for £5, you can make yourself 5 pairs. So that's about £25. You made your money back. That time of silence was me going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 pounds. That's amazing. This is about to sell out. Get it whilst you can. 29 in baskets. I've got a few left. You've got to check out, ladies and gents. You've got to check out. Well done, absolutely everybody. Let me just grab me brew and my biscuit and my cold drink. Me hotel biscuits. I'll just pop them in the little nook. I'll open them first so I don't have to push her out the way. Shortbread. Help yourself to one if you want one later. So, just take a look at this, because this is about to sell out. We may as well look at this whilst this sells out. It is what we're going to learn to make today, but she's also done a gorgeous cuff to go with it, which I love. £24.95 to make that. Can you believe it? You're right. A little cough then, did you?
We all know that was your cough.
My water went down the wrong hole. I've pretty much just drowned a little bit, pretty much, but thank you for the concern.
We're all really concerned.
Yeah, thanks everyone just pointing and laughing. Thank you for your concern. It's all right, just a bit of water in the lung. So £24.95, not many of those left. In fact, I think my producer needs to go and check that hasn't actually sold out, Sweet Pea. I'll be serious with you. Helena looking horsey today in her lovely horse dress. I love that dress on you, Helena, as she trots out of the studio. She says, yes, it has. It has. Oh, I'm so sorry if you've missed out. All of you have got it in your basket. There's almost, oh wait, 1 or 2 left, did you say? Literally 1 or 2? Oh, 8. 8 left, 15 in baskets. Technically then a sellout. Isn't it really? So I'd better bring you something else. What are you starting with showing us, Sweet?
Well, I was going to start off with the leaf, but I can do anything.
Brilliant. So no help. You are.
What do you want me to start?
I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it? How about I give people an alternate colourway with these pearls, because we have used pearls quite a bit interspersed within these, but also if we look, the bracelet itself is made up with pearls. And I know we've got some connoisseurs on the show with us today, and the connoisseurs who are watching, who've you know, essentially sold out of the kit with. you will know that this strand itself is just sensational with its colour, with its beautiful effects, with that lovely smoothness of lustre. It is really, really, really beautiful. So, we've got for you today a dark grey, no, more of a, oh, what's that? Mystic aubergine, my director Ben says. More of a lilac colouring, something like that. Nothing's going on. It's a lengthy strand of pearls. I would show you now, but we all know the length of our pearl strands. They're about 30 centimetres, so well, I won't. $6.95. What do you think of that? What do you think about that? Not bad, isn't it? I would show you the whole length, but there's no need, because we all know the length of them, don't we?
that would look lovely as an extra layer with the connector.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? No, actually, what I was trying to show... Oh, I can't make a good deal of this, can I? Anyway, yeah, we'll just leave that there in a nice spiral. Where are we starting spellbinding? Well done everyone who's got those pearls. I promise your strand will have all of the pearls on. I've only got 35 left, I've just been told, of that strand of pearls, so you better get them whilst you're quick and whilst you can. Well done everyone.
They are like a more summery version though, aren't they? Because they've got the pinks and the blues on them.
Yeah.
They would just look really beautiful with silver wire. You could do an alternative version. What
I was trying to show was how many you get on the strand, and it's absolutely loads. Look, the amount you get, it's huge. What do you mean don't take them all off the strand? Well, I'm halfway to now. No, I'm not going to throw them everywhere, I'm skilled. But look at the amount you get. That is a huge amount, isn't it? Absolutely massive amount. They're gorgeous, aren't they?
They are beautiful.
By the way, if you did still want the bead boxes that we had on before, you can, and they're very good for controlling pearls.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to show.
So a little tip is if you've got a new strand...
Thanks for the tip now.
Make sure you've got your beading tray before to make sure that if they do come off, they can get caught.
We're always here to help at JewelleryMaker.
We are.
$6.95. I've got 3 or 4 left of that strand. Sorry. Okay, so we're starting with the leaf, aren't we?
Here we are.
I'll leaf those to the side.
So if I can take the necklace, what I wanted to do was show the way that it connects in different ways.
Okay.
Because I added a few different, just like a little bit of options to it.
Yeah.
So can I grab it from you, please?
Of course I can.
So I've actually done it so that the connector itself, this connector, is you make it. I'll talk this through, but you make a loop, and then you can actually put the dangle of the flowers through it. You can either have it just sit like that,
yeah,
but I've actually put a little extra option in where you can connect to the side there, and then you get like a drape as well.
So it gives you a different look entirely.
Yeah, so it's just about giving it a few different, again, just a few options. You don't have to do that, but I wanted to give it extra security, but also, again, it means that you can wear it in a slightly different
manner.
Different manner, yeah.
Good one.
So, because I knew I wanted to do something a bit different with this leaf, they are top drilled. But I wanted to be able to use it as a connector or as a part of the necklace. So obviously I needed to be able to get a way of connecting to the bottom of the leaf.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is start off by showing you how we've done that.
Okay, wonderful.
So I'm going to cut a long length of wire, probably about 3/4 of a metre. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is actually, I do use the actual drill hole itself, and I have a little bit of excess wire to go around it. And what I want to do is feed it through. Just looping it around.
Okay.
Okay. So that's just linked like that. So, you know, that's just connected, just gone through.
Yeah.
Okay. So that bit there is what we're going to use a little bit later on, that excess tail there. And then we're just going to use this piece here. What I want to do is actually use the shape of the leaf to your advantage. You've got all these lovely grooves and these sort of cuts going down the side to obviously mirror a leaf shape. So I'm actually going to use these to create a vein-like effect. So I'm going to mirror the vein-like effect, but I'm also going to use that in a way to get my wire back to the bottom of the stone to be able to create that second connection.
Right.
So you're literally, and I'm using the 0.6 for this just because it's malleable and it's easier to manipulate because we're going to be manipulating it quite a lot.
Okay.
So just really hugging it into that sort of groove.
Yeah.
Bringing it around. What I'm going to do, I might have to just tweak that, just loosen that out a tiny little bit. So that initial loop that I've done, all I've done is just the excess tail, just pushing that back through to give a little bit of space around that loop.
Okay.
And then I can feed my wire through it.
I love how you did that. With every move, you said another word. Do you notice you did that?
No.
I move my wire through it. I liked that. Do you not notice you were doing that?
No. Right, so it's looped.
Move on.
It's looped just around that now, okay? And that's anchored it, it's secure. And then back over to the other side. Okay, and then again, I'm just going to, again, you can lift the wire up a little bit. So if you make it a little bit sort of too tight, then you can still manipulate it, and that's another reason that I chose the 0.6. So you wouldn't be able to do that with 0.8.
Oh, I forgot to tell you about my bee. I'll tell
I know
you
you
later.
did. You tell me after.
Remind me after the break. I will.
All right. So again, I'm just bringing that around there. I'm just going to lay that down flat. So it's like a little loop. And then again down to this one here. Okay, and then again around here, and it's just going to be a pattern. Just going to, I just want to, it's almost Viking knitting actually.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing it slightly different to how I initially did it, but it's just a way of getting the wire down. So now just bringing it through, getting it to lock, and just bringing it back down. And you want to do that with all of the groove sections that you can just, again, it's just mirroring it and it's just making it look nice. Okay, so again, you just bring it, okay, so it hooks around the back and then molds around. Okay, so you do that all the way down to the bottom.
Okay.
So I'm going to just bring this down a little bit more. I'm going to just skip a few steps. Okay. And then when you get to the bottom, you'll then be able to attach that wire on the back, knot it around sort of once or twice. I mean, obviously I haven't followed the pattern all the way down, but you'll be able to do that. Wrap it around a couple of times. So that's nice and secure. Okay, now that would be locked because all of these sections here are really locked solid.
Yeah.
And then you would just take your pliers. You want to get it right as close to the end as you can. So you would want to go to that very last sort of little, the tip of the leaf really. And then just, so you would wrap that, and then taking your pliers, you would just create a loop.
Okay.
And a wrapped loop. Wrap it around. Alright. Make sure it's flat. And again, don't cut that wire just yet because that's still got movement. So I would then just bring up a level and just re-secure it again to really lock that loop in place.
Yeah.
So that now is more secure, and then you would just cut that nice and neatly to the back, okay?
Fab.
So you do a bit of a neater job than that, but you just get the idea. You just want the wire to go down the leaf, basically, and mirror the vein.
Fab.
All right, so once you've got that, you've got your little loop at the bottom, and that's going to be the connection there.
Two of the pearls left, that's why I pulled that stupid face. 2 pearls left.
So I don't want that connection to be really obvious, but obviously I need it to be at the end of the actual leaf as well.
Of course.
Okay, this is there for a reason. We won't worry about that just yet. We're going to just move on to the flower section.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, so I actually used some of the head pins for this. I've used a mixture because I've added flowers and pearls. I've used the featherweight ones or featherlight ones.
Yeah.
For the pearls, because the pearls don't go on these ones. But these are perfect for the flowers. And because they're that bit stronger, they give that little bit more structure as well.
I did have a findings kit. I better bring that findings kit on for you now, you know, because I've got one of the pearls left. So I'll quickly bring on the findings pack for you. We did a findings pack by itself. That nearly never happens, does it? You just have to buy strands and wire and cords and think of something else. Stuff. Always. Thanks for that input. So I brought to you before a findings kit by itself, $6.95. Amazing offer. It was in the silver colour and it did have things in it like the featherweight head pins, a meter's worth of the Figaro chain, your earring findings, your crimps, your heart-shaped toggle clasps, etc. So everything you need to get your jewellery making going. It's back on your screen now. Last few of those, 110 piece by itself, just the essentials, literally. $6.95 for you today.
Brilliant. Okay. So
That make you feel awkward? Brilliant.
you enjoy making me feel awkward though, don't you?
Well, I didn't do it on purpose then.
So one thing I'll say when you're using these, be a bit careful with these little shell flowers, okay? I was trying to get them locked on and locked into sort of when I was doing this section, and where I pulled it a little bit too tight, I did end up breaking one of the flowers. So that's just me because I was being a bit too rough. So you just have to be a bit careful with them, because obviously only when you're doing the wraps, just don't pull it too tight because that's when you're likely to sort of damage it.
Okay.
So I'm folding the wire, sorry, the head pin. What I'm going to do is put my pliers in. I want there to be a bit of a gap. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a loop. And just gently holding that away. And then you can sort of... Oh, I was meant to attach that to there. So we'll just...
Nightmare. Do another. That's how you do
do
it.
another one.
By the way, if you want to text Laura Binding today, you can absolutely feel free to do so. What's up with you?
I know what you're going to say.
What?
Go on, do it.
You know me far too well. I've got my question in mind and everything. If you want to text Laura Binding a question, then you absolutely can. For example, favourite smell. Go.
I like the smell of matches. You know when you like the smell and then you blow the match out and you get
And
that?
it goes, oh, that is a good smell.
Yeah.
Like that. That is a really good one, on the spot. Like that.
You get.
My favourite is my dog's nose when she's asleep. Well, don't go in the nose. Like, just on top, the snout section. So here's her nose. It's just this bit here. Yes, you know exactly. Well, like the bit that's like velvet. When you sniff that when she's asleep, which sounds really creepy. No, but the thing is, like if I'm on the sofa, she'll lie on me here. So I can smell it. I go like that. I know a good old whiff when she's sleeping. Best smell. But if you want to ask her that or jewellery-related questions, do feel free. 60777. So text with the word JM Studio. We have had a few texts in, actually. Do you want to squeeze one in now?
Yeah, go on in.
Favourite sound? No, I'm joking. What is it, though?
What, favourite sound?
Yeah.
I don't really have a favourite sound.
Really?
Oh, have you?
Yeah, loads. Ice cream fan.
Oh, that is not fun when you're a parent. That is not a favourite sound when you're walking down the street with your children and they know that sound.
Who was it that said the other day, someone that told me the other day, that when they ice cream van used to go down their street, their mum or dad used to say to them, if the music plays, it means they're out of ice cream. And they were saying like, oh no, the music's playing, they've run out. And then he was saying how, you know, he used to be a kid like, look at all these Muppets running to the ice cream van, they've sold out. Anyway, JM Studio. Laura, you are a genius with wire. OMG, how do you get the beads into the Viking knit? Good question.
There's a couple of ways. you can just feed it onto the wire. The reason I'm laughing is because I had a bit of a disaster with it last night, and I had a bit of a hissy fit.
She threw things.
I threw things. I think mainly the Viking knit, but there's two ways of doing it. You either put it onto the wire or beading thread, in this case, because these are slightly smaller chips.
So onto the beading thread.
And then you can place a tube over it and sort of just reduce it by actually using your hands rather than a draw plate. Try and make sure when you're using these chips that you use the slightly smaller ones, because what happened was I didn't use all of the smaller ones, I had slightly larger ones and they caught on the Viking knit, which is why mine got stuck, which is why I ended up having a moment. But the other way, I did throw it and landed right next to my husband, and I had to ask him to pick it back up for me and give it back. The other option is, once you've drawn it through, you can sometimes just drop the beads into it, and then you'd get that sort of more interspaced effect.
Fab.
So there's a couple of ways of doing it.
A few things, so give both of them a go, see which is best for you. Thank you for that text.
Okay, so imagine you do your loop, and then you put it onto your connector.
Okay.
And then you wrap the loop. This is where I was, because I didn't give myself a big enough gap with my hand there.
I see, yeah.
Because my gap was a little bit smaller, what happened was I was trying to wrap this wire around here, and that's when I ended up damaging the stone. So just making sure that you've got that movement, and then that's fine.
Really important.
Just wrapping that around a couple of times.
Okay.
Removing that. And trim that.
Okay.
So then you take another one, and exactly the same. So again, a nice gap. And then you put that one through the loop of the one you just made. So, and connect it like that. And again, just wrap it around with your pliers. It's a little bit fiddly, but it's just being a bit patient.
Okay.
Once or twice, okay? So you do that a couple of times and you get a nice little sort of cluster of them going, and they'll hang like a nice little chain of them then. See how they're just, those two there are just hanging nicely?
Hanging lovely, yeah.
All right. So as you're going along, because when I got towards the end of them, when I felt that the cluster was sort of large enough, I'll do one more. But I'll show you what I did with the excess head pin, really, okay? Because it is a stronger wire, it's almost like it's like a really solid 0.8.
Yes, got you.
So you can feed that through. Oops, you can. And then again, straight through that loop.
Yeah.
And you would lock it exactly the same with your loop and your wrap.
Okay.
And then, with this excess part here, you can do a little tiny sort of loop here. And that's where you can start to hang your pearls. You can also hang your pearls in between, as you did there. When you get towards the end, if you can do that, and then towards the very end, what you'll do is a little loop just like that, and that is what you would put your jump ring on. I actually made some jump rings just where I was making some little sections for end caps, really, for the Viking knit.
Got ya.
I just had some extra, and I just cut.
Flush cutters at the bottom of your screen, perfect for this type of equipment.
Yeah, they are. Because you can see there, it's a perfect, it shows you how it's cut it at a slight point and then a flat.
Yeah.
And then you just turn your flush cutters around and just
flatten off. Fab.
Straighten that. And you can hammer it lightly if you wanted to. And then you would pop that just on the end there. That's the loop that I used to connect it to the hook.
Yeah.
And it's good that you do that in a contrasting colour so that you can see it clearly when you want to connect it.
Tip.
And again, when you get your pearls, the lighter head pins, because they will go on there.
You did have those feather light head pins in the finest pack on your screen too, just in the silver.
Okay, and again, sometimes what happens on the end of these ones, it's just the same as having a 0.4 wire.
Yeah.
They see how it's very slightly hooked.
Yeah.
That's going to affect trying to get the stone on, so just
Tiny snip.
tiny little trim it. Place the net's gone on a lot easier then. And again, same, place your pliers in, get it ready to become a wrapped loop, and then just find a place to sort of feed it through. And you can put some through the actual loops themselves. So it's connected like that, and because these are the thinner wires, they're a lot easier to sort of connect, to be honest. You can just use your hands and connect that. That's awful, but you get the idea. And then obviously you could connect them, if you created a couple of these little loops with the excess head pins from the flowers, you can then attach that, and that gives that sort of more dangle effect, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So that just gives you your starting connection of the flower itself.
Fab.
All right. So then we had the section where we put the emeralds onto the wire. I'm not going to do that.
But you know how to do it, and if you wanted to do it in an alternate colourway, you could. We wouldn't want to downplay this piece, and therefore we've gone for another of the big four, ruby this time. Maybe you did miss out on the kit, maybe you really wanted it. Well, I've brought you another strand of pearls. Now I'm bringing you an equally beautiful strand of precious nuggets. Ruby. Ruby, 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 ruby. Wow! Are you alright?
What?
You have got here 235 carats worth of your ruby. Let me show you it with this piece, because actually I think because of the antiques bronze, it would go beautifully. What do you think?
You could actually mix them both up, use the emerald and the ruby.
Much. Good one.
And I would probably pop a little bit of copper in there as well, brighten it all up.
Do you know what I have got as well? I've got some Unikite coming up for you later. The Unikite will go great with both because it's got the two colours in.
It's got the two tones.
Fab. The great thing with these is they look a little bit larger than your nuggets, so they would fit in the Viking knit fine.
Yeah,
wouldn't they?
I mean, it fits in there.
Oh,
It's just actually putting it on the wire. That was the tricky part.
Yeah.
So having
no
that
chance
larger...
of falling through or anything, is
no,
there?
they would go through lovely.
Treat yourselves to these today. Double strand of genuine ruby. Your price point today. But today, $17.95 as you should be priced. Do you know why? Partners in crime are here. Do the face.
I'm laughing at you.
£12.95 for you today on these. That is the lowest price point we can do on these. That is astonishing. That is better than staff cost, actually. So that is a sensational price point. Genuine, real deal ruby, £12.95. That deserves an evil laugh. Laura Binding. Mwahaha. Oh, creepy. How bad it is.
I've got a bad throw.
No, I thought that was actually really, really good. That was really good.
It was the bad throw it added to it.
I think it did. It added a cackling elegant.
Yeah.
$12.95 for you today. Lowest price. Get it whilst you can. APSF42. That's the code. You know how to use it. And if you don't, so 800 644 655, or you can get involved at the app store. Download our app for free. Alternatively, you can go on JewelleryMaker.com. With you.
Right. So I've put two of the pearls onto the other side of the 0.6 wire that we initially had.
Yeah.
The bit that I said to leave at the beginning.
The bit you started with, said leave it.
Not every single pearl will go on the 0.6.
No.
But a lot will. Okay. So there will be like one or two out of the whole strand. Okay. And then what I wanted to do was just create a little cap for the Viking knit, because initially my idea was I had a longer piece of this and I actually did put the emeralds all the way around to then have the Viking knit to go over it. But obviously, as I said, I had to change that a little bit, which is good. It means that it happens to everybody.
Yeah, of course it does.
And it's nice that I hadn't wasted that time. I just changed the design, and actually I like the way that I've changed it. I wouldn't have done that if that hadn't have happened. So it's nice. I'm happy about it now. I wasn't when it happened.
Okay.
So I've got my bail making pliers, but you can use any of the pliers that we've got.
Okay.
And I just want to use one of the steps. I'm going for the middle one, the larger middle one. Okay, but I've also got these ones here which you can use as well. It doesn't really matter. You just want to get that sort of cap effect.
Yeah, got you.
Okay. And I'm just going to you can use also the gizmo if you've got the gizmo tool.
Yeah.
You can use the rods on there just to get the sort of coiled effect. And I'm just going to. I like these if you've got them, because I like the fact that I can get the same size steps every time.
That is good.
Okay, but it's not the end of the world. And then just cut it to make sure you've got a little extra length of wire.
Yeah.
And I'm going to place that down over the pearls with the length of wire at the bottom towards the leaf.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can just gently, with my finger, well, my pliers, just gently sort of pull the top of the spiral in a little bit, just to make it a little bit more of a gap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got you.
That doesn't look very neat, but don't worry, because once you pop the stones on, it disappears.
Disappears completely.
Okay, and then you don't want it to go all the way over that pearl. What I did was I just used my fingers to kind of open out the coil a little bit, and then bring it down around in between the two pearls, and then back down. Okay, so that kind of gives that effect. All right. When it all comes together, that actually it ties in with it. It's just to give it a little bit of a tie-in. It's also locking it in as well.
Very good. Love that.
Okay.
Fantastic.
So we had another flower that I'm going to put one of the head pins on.
What? Head pins.
Yes.
I'm going to put one of the head pins through the flowers.
And the hole at the top of the stone.
Yeah, the one you put the wire through before.
Should be able to still get that head pin through.
Well, that's good, and if not, you've got your featherweights, I suppose.
Yep.
Oh, it goes through there. That's
It will go through. There you go. And so that locks that into place. Okay, and again, you can just bring that around to the top. Just wrap it around the top of this wire here.
Got you.
Again, that 0.6 that we used to sort of create the vein effect. Get rid of that. And then the tail part of this here, you can then bring, and you can actually get that, because of the curves in the stone, in the leaf, you can kind of just get that to sit behind. I say, you can. Just stand behind the stone, just to lock it all in, really. I'm not going to be able to do it because it's showing off.
It's showing off.
But you can lock that behind there, behind the actual flower.
And whilst Spellbinding's having a fight with the 0.6, purely because I know that she's prone to throwing things, I thought I'd save us all the stress and I'd bring you something else, because actually she is fighting with 0.6 right now, and I'm not going to ask her why she loves 0.6 right now, because that would be silly, but in general I imagine she would say, because it is really versatile, it is super sturdy, she's done it and she's proud. But also, this is what we've used for this leaf, isn't it?
Yes.
All the way down the veining, all the way up, all the way through the back. We've used our 0.6, and this is going to give you a really gorgeous muted look to your piece. Maybe you're thinking of doing this gorgeous leaf design, but you don't do Viking knit, or you've not got a Viking knit tool, and if you don't, I have got that coming up for you later. But maybe you haven't. And you're thinking of putting this on cord, and you're thinking, oh, will it look a bit strange with the antique spawns? This is going to go great with cord, isn't it? Also, what if you wanted to use this? It's going to give it a more, like I said, muted, more relaxed sort of colour palette to those big bold gemstones and green colours that you've got here. Because, like I say, this is what we've used, and this is perfect if you are thinking of starting your Viking knit. This is going to be great for that, because it is your 0.6. So this is what we've used for all of this section here. I'm also bringing to you a selection, a pair of professional jewellery making pliers. These are your comfort grip flat nose pliers that we have here for you. They've got a lovely kind of precision nib or tip here. They've got the comfort grip because they've got the thicker handles on there, which gives you more comfort and squidge. They're also kind of ergonomically designed for your hands, so they rest really nicely and they're easy to work with. 5-inch pliers on these ones. And by the way, you've got 50 metres worth on this spool of your 0.6. Your price point for both today, you're going to like this price, Belby. I'm going to take it under £10. Price point today should be almost 15. It's actually $8.95 for you today. You'd pay that for this alone. Well, more than that for this alone.
Yeah, and then like I said in the first design inspiration, didn't I, about using my flat nose pliers. I use them. They are part of my session there now.
Yeah.
And they're really good for me for flattening along, because you get that. and also for opening your jump rings.
Perfect for
both your
that.
pliers.
Perfect.
You know, I've always got them.
And I would say to you, even if you just need to stock up on your 50-metre reels, this reel itself, 0.6, this reel is normally £9.95. So what we're actually doing is we're giving you the product, we're giving you £1 back, and we're giving you professional comfort grip pliers for free. It's astonishing. The reel itself is £9.95. £9.95. £8.95 for both. Amazing. Yes, oops, indeed. Get it whilst you can. Do check those out because it's great for this design, for your Viking knit, for findings, for rings, for so much more. Check it out whilst you can. £8.95. Okay, lovely.
Okay, so we are going to imagine that I've put a load of these little chips onto
my
here.
imagination
I'm not
is
going to do it because it's
we'll
quite
be
boring
here all
to watch
day.
me do. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did some Viking knit.
So I'm going to bring you the Viking knit tool because, believe it or not, unsurprisingly, that wire bundle may well sell out soon. But we're going to bring you the half-inch tool as well. So Viking knit itself, we need this tool, don't we, to create it?
Yeah, you do. And I've chosen the half-inch tool for this because it gives me bigger. You know, the rungs on this, which are the gaps in between the rows, are larger because it's on a larger tool.
Got you.
And it basically means that when I draw this through, I don't need to do as much.
No.
Because it's going to, it's just going to be different.
Fab. So this is the half-inch tool. It's the newest tool for the Lazy Daisy that we have. You can see it's got its name because of the daisy itself, which is this section here that comes off, and it means that your knit can grow. As we see here, it does come off and it helps your piece to grow. It also is a great way of getting you started as well. And essentially we will Viking knit all the way down this. We can make it as long as we want to though. You also get the pin in there as well, which is really good to open up your gaps as well as other things. So this is the tool. It's so easy, even, you know, youngsters can do it. All you need to make this gorgeous is a bit of wire really and you're done. Your half-inch tool today is just £24.95 for you. Get it whilst you can. We've got DVDs, we've done designer inspirations on this, and we're going to see how to use it right now as well. But essentially the look it gives you is this type of look here. But you can do so many different weaves, so many different weaves.
Yeah, I mean that's a single 4-loop knit.
Yeah.
But you can see that the loops are quite large, which is the other reason I've chosen to use this, because when you draw it through, it's actually going to give you that more open look. So if you want to put your gemstones in it, they're going to be more visible. And also, as I said, it grows a lot quicker. You don't need to knit as much, and you can use your 0.6 easier on this than say the smaller tool.
Perfect.
So yeah.
So it's great for this one. £24.95. Well done, everyone. Okay.
Okay. I've actually, as you can see, I've done my knit. But I will just show you quickly. Once it's been established, there'll be a little cross on the actual.
Can you see this?
Little cross on the row.
Yeah. There's your little
and
cross.
your wire will just go
behind
that cross, and then you just let it naturally stop, and that will get you a loop. And just rotate the tool
behind the cross, and you just keep going like that. It's so easy.
Going. That's literally it. If you're left-handed, then just go in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Just attach it and just go in the opposite direction.
Easy peasy.
But you know, a lot of time it's consistency. It's just practice.
Yeah, it's just practice.
Really is.
It's great tool though. You can do chain style things for this. You can fill it with gemstones. You can do head pieces.
You can flatten it.
You can do rings, bangles. You can do so much with it. You really, really can. And we have actually had on Designer Inspiration the maker and designer of this on, as she did a demo. It's probably a good one to look back on. So if you do search it, it will be Stephanie Eddy, but just take a look. It was with me, so it's back a few months ago now, but take a look back on YouTube if you want to. Or get the DVD. You did that DVD, didn't you?
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Yeah. There's 3, they're only £4.95. Get a little pocket-sized Laura in your house. She won't throw things either at your house. She won't.
I don't throw things very often, which is why it's quite bad if I do throw things. I'm normally quite patient with stuff like this.
I don't talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well done, everyone who is coming in for this. It's so easy to do, and it's going to last and last and last. It really is. That with you.
Okay, so to actually remove the knit from the tool, what I'm going to do is just going to push the daisy part down, and then that makes all of the loops sort of rise up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you can just cut them away. Remove it. And then you should have one little edge of wire just here, okay? Just one. Now that one if you've got more than that, you need to just check that you've got rid of all your little bits of wire. And then I tend to just roll that into a little bit of a loop, and then that gets rid of that as an edge.
It's peasy.
Okay?
Yep.
This works better on the slightly thicker gauges of wire as well, because obviously it holds better. Okay, so that actually, you just draw this through, so you can draw it through the draw plate. If you were going to put gemstones in, then you could just place it over and sort of hand draw it, so just by literally using your hands.
Pulling it.
It's not going to give you such an even chain.
No.
But obviously if you've got stones in there, to be honest with you, the smoother, like those little pearls, would be better, because this is just going to go straight over them and it will mould better, whereas when you've got chips, they're slightly irregular. So that's when it's likely to get stuck.
So this is the way that we would say you tend to do it. Even if you want to put gemstones in it, this will give you regularity, and it gives you a totally different look. A totally different look, doesn't it?
It does. I'll show you on this one.
Oh, fab. We also get the conditioning cloth in here as well. This conditioning cloth essentially is to help you. It's designed so you put your knit in there and you just roll back and forth your piece. Thank you. This essentially conditions it. I can feel nicks and bumps in here where it's, you know, it's a little bit uneven in areas, but just, no offence, it does just settle it down, and it starts that work hardening process as well, so it's great for that. And then we'll show you how to use this, but it basically means you can even make a really small section go to a really long section. It makes it all nice and neat, and it makes the knit look different. Your price point today for both of these tools is just £9.95, so great for you. And this is a need, isn't it? This is a must for the Viking knit. So do you get it? But the great thing about this tool is you can use it on the 1/2 inch and on the 1/4 inch tool as well. 1/2 inch we say is a great one to get started on a lot of the time. A lot of people will say that, but you can use this for both tools, so even when you go up a grade, you can still use this. And we'll show you what this is for with this.
Okay. So you'll be able to
By the way, you get instructions, sorry. You get instructions as well. Not that you'll need them, because we're going to see it now.
With the tool as well, that you get a layout inside, and it will tell you different ways of creating different knits. So it just gives you layouts on the daisy part of how to get like a 6, 4, 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way to tell the beginning and the end part of your knit is, you'll see the beginning is like the loops.
Yeah.
And then the end part will be where you can just see the rungs.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
Now, you always draw it through from the start direction.
Loops.
So for me, I find the easiest way is you can either cut 2 pieces of wire off. It depends. If you intend to put something inside the tube, you might not want to close it completely.
Got you.
So you can put 2 pieces of wire through and cross them, or I tend to just use one longer piece, feed it through in different angles, and then just pull it together, and then that's just going to close that. Then you just pop it through the draw plate. Now you go for the one that's closest to the size that the knit itself actually is.
Yeah.
And you want to see you'll feel a bit of resistance.
You want to draw it through a couple of times. You don't want to shock the wire.
And you want it to be able, when you actually pull it through, it's when it goes through quite happily, then you know you can go down
to the next one.
And then,
don't skip any.
No.
Can you see, if you hold it like that, can you see the difference already? It draws it thinner, so it makes it look larger in a way, doesn't it? It's fab.
So you can see, and you just keep going, you can see it opens out a lot more, the loops are opening out a lot more, and again you just want to be able to just do that, so
really
I'd say about
easily.
2 to 3 times,
and
then you go down the next size. And when people say, go on, you can do.
I just want to show off and off. Yeah, carry on chatting.
A lot of people say, you know, how do you know how much length of wire you're going to need for...
I can't remember which hole you're in. I am listening. Yeah, go on.
the piece. You know, when you're making a necklace, for me, I tend to, if I know I'm going to need, say I've got a 16-inch necklace I'm going to be going for, I tend to make sure I do about 14 inches, and then I know that I'm going to have more than enough, because I know it's, again, you get used to looking at it. I know that that's going to sort of be quite, I don't need to do so much because it's larger loops, so I know it's going to open up a lot more.
Got you. Join it down another.
You can do one more, yeah.
All right, cool.
It's just trial and error. There is a guide again, but I think it's just different because every time you do different knits, whether you do a single, double or triple, how many loops you do, it's always going to take into account.
It's always going to be different,
I tend to just allow myself, like I said, 2 inches less than what I actually want.
Got you. Okay, cool.
Okay, so you can see. There you go. See?
Easy peasy. From what it was, bearing in mind it was this size, we've just taken it down to this size in just a few moments, and we can go even smaller.
And you can see how much more fluid it is
So
now.
much more fluid, so much
Okay.
more. It's really drawn that look out.
Okay, so because I am going to, I've added all my chips onto here.
Yes.
Okay, so with these, I've just used them to decorate it. Just use it as a wire and just wrap it around the actual pearl section, and then down around the bottom of the stone, and then again just wrapping it around that connector there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's all your chip section.
Easy. Fab.
All right.
Yeah.
So then what I want to do then was add and attach my chain. So I've got the tail left over on the end of it, and you do need a little bit of a tail just to secure it.
Yes.
And I'm just going to get rid of my wire that I used to draw it through. Now a little tip is to use a different coloured wire.
Okay.
And then that way you know you're not cutting part of the neck.
Good tip.
And then place that end through your loop. So, you know, I probably could draw that through a little bit more. Just use my hands.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You told me to stop.
It's all right. I'll let you off this time.
Thanks, Babs.
So do it again.
Thanks, Babs.
So, and what I want to do is actually place that through that loop there, and then bring that into a loop, and then I can sew that together to be my connector.
Fab.
So that blends in with the design. So again, you take some more 0.6 wire, and your little ends here, you can just sew them to a part of your knitted section here. Okay,
How
and
easy.
blend that in, and because you're using the same coloured wire, it blends in. Okay, and you can just keep. So you just put that through there. That will blend in nicely. And then what you want to do, I just to make it look pretty. Basically, I just used the wire that I sort of was sewing it with, just to attach some pearls and then the flower again.
Love it.
So, you know, that was just decorating with this one wire here
Fab.
and sewing it down that section just to make it look a little bit pretty.
Love that.
And then that other side's going to go all the way around to here, and then you've got this tail here.
Yeah. At the bottom of the netting.
So I'm just going to use that to just almost tie together the rungs,
So just lock it in.
locking them in so that my wire becomes central.
Got you.
As opposed to being on the edge. Okay, and then again I can mirror what we did on the first time by popping on some pearls. And then what I wanted to do was to make this blend in with the sort of clasp section. So I popped onto the pearls again just to mirror that piece.
Got you.
Okay. And then just bring that back up there, and then so I'm just going to go back up, wrap around, back up, wrap around,
Got you.
and you can just bring it down. And what you want to do then is taking some more of the 0.8 wire, which I have got there. Just want to take one length of the 0.8 wire, wrap it around the top, or wherever you want to really. But what you want to do is just wrap it to bring it together. And then when your wire's together like this, you can then start to just do some weaving,
Fab.
add some stones, and just generally decorate around it. But then what you can do is just add that little tail in there to really make sure that is secure to this.
To that piece,
Just
okay.
makes it all really solid.
Tie it in, yeah.
And then, you know, it's just experimenting a little bit, just do some weaving, just with those two wires, form it into a nice little loop. You can see, I mean, we've covered the clasps,
We did the last two shows we've done clasps,
Yeah.
haven't we? On Designer Inspiration.
And then all I did was, you can see, if I take the flowers out, if you
Yeah, I can do that.
then
Yeah.
you can see, unhook it, that's it. And you'll see it's just a little bit of weaving, adding a few stones, just moving those wires around those pearls. One of the wires has then come up to finish with a spiral, and then the other wire, I folded it in half and then just secured it to the back of the frame and then just turned it into a hook,
Got you.
and that's it.
How easy is that? It's fab, isn't it? Absolutely fab. And we have had someone asking, just what's the best gauge, would you say, for Viking knit?
I would say 0.6 and 0.4.
So 0.6, we have still got some of that bundle left. It was the black wire and the pliers, and for 50 metres worth of that black wire, it's normally £9.95. We took £1 off that and gave you pliers as well, didn't we? Have we still got some left? think so.
And that enables you to do a unisex then as well, because you can make, you know, Viking knit is a unisex knit.
It really is.
You know, and if you double
Really is.
Viking knit, then that will then create a really, if you put it through quite small, it looks like a well-known chain that you put charms on.
You're absolutely right, it does.
Because it just goes like a solid chain. So, you know, having it in that black, it will work, yeah.
Perfect. So do you look back for that. Spelby, thank you, you little love.
Welcome.
Did you have fun?
I did.
Good, me too. How's your ametrine Bolivian Anahi ametrine challenge going?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm doing something.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that. After the break, Spellbinding will be showing us her creations that will be of such sensational proportions. Better stay where you are. Also, after the break, I've got to tell you about that bee, and I will, but I have, after the break, a couple more of my bizarre bundles. Going to be great if you're into things like your perspex or your jump ring making or whatever it might be. I mean, fantastic. But also, after the break, I also have, just whack my hand on the table. Also, after the break, I have a section that I like to call 8 under 8 because it's 8 products that are under £8. It's catchy. I'll see you in a bit.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company.
Here at JewelleryMaker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
Moonstone is an orthoclase feldspar. It has a white body colour and often shows brilliant blue flashes of light. These flashes are caused by alternate layers of albite and orthoclase within the stone structure. As the light hits these different layers, it reflects back, giving us a really interesting adulorescence. Romans believed that this gemstone was formed directly by moonlight, and we can see that in the surface lustre of this gemstone. It really is reminiscent of moonbeams. Moonstone reached its height of popularity during the Art Nouveau period. Famous jewellers such as René Lalique used moonstone in many of his pieces.
We here at JewelleryMaker know how popular our 10-strand mystery packs have been, so we're bringing them back. You can get your hands on these completely random lucky dips for just £25. This works out to just £2.50 per strand, but be warned, it's while stocks last. Add this to your order and you won't be disappointed. Just ask for this code whilst on the phone to our call centre on 0800 644 655 or simply type the code into our website and add to your basket. JewelleryMaker, giving you the best deals on genuine gemstones. Come and join JewelleryMaker on Facebook and get involved with over 50,000 people who have liked us. You'll get up-to-date information about our channel from the latest images of designs by our fantastic guests, gossip on what is coming up in the shows and the newest information on our workshops. You can get in contact with jewellery makers all over the world and get some fantastic hints and tips. Simply search JewelleryMaker in the search box or go to facebook.com/JewelleryMaker UK and you're there. You don't even need to have a Facebook account. We can't wait to see you there. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
Inspiration with Laura Binding. Oh, she got there in time. She was late. She literally just popped her head around the door and went, whoa, legged it. Hi, she was ready and wearing. Hi, Spelby.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, good, good. I've had a lovely afternoon with you.
I know. Last one for a while, though.
Last one for a while. Are you in work on next Friday?
No.
Next Friday? Oh,
What's
no.
the date next Friday?
Oh, ignore that. Are you in work this Friday?
No.
Not the one after that. Are you in work
Thursday.
the Friday after that?
What's the date? No, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Let's get our diaries together.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to, yeah.
Every other Friday
Okay.
on Designer Inspiration, I'm
Okay.
here.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Just saying.
Yeah, no, I am on the,
Yeah, no,
8th.
what? 8th of what?
May.
What day is that?
Next Friday.
That's not us, pal.
No, it's not.
Good one. Anyway, I got so excited then. Anyway, I am joined by my lovely lady today, and I have got some more sneaky treats for you. This is the one that I showed you earlier on. This is one of my Becky's Bizarre bundles. If you only just tuned in, I've given you some weird bundles today that I've just seen and really liked and sort of put together. For example, I had sketchbook and pen. I had a memory bottle with some opal and some watch parts and just random things really. This is one that I thought would be great because, you know, when we do chainmail shows or perspex shows or whatever shows that you need saw blades, what do we always do? We always give you the saw sort of handle and the saw blades every single time we do it. But once you've bought the saw blade, the saw handle, you don't need them again, do you? But we always need saw blades. They snap, they wear, they tear. If you've had your saw for, you know, a couple of months and it hasn't snapped yet, but you've noticed it's starting to tug or pull a bit on things like your wire, then you need these. Today, I'm bringing these to you. You don't have to buy the saw handle again. You've already got one. Just top up on the essential, the blades. I've got for you here your selection of saw blades. 24 we get in total. You get 6 different sizes for different mediums, and I thought of this for a great one to be for chainmail because I've also put with it your 1 mill's worth wire. Now you're getting 10 meters worth of each colour. You're getting 1 mil in the fuchsia and 1 mil in the 10 meters worth of chartreuse. So these are perfect for making your chainmail with. Really, really perfect. All you have to do is, if you've got a gizmo, you can make a gizmo coil with this and just saw through them, and you can make hundreds of jump rings in a few minutes, realistically. And let's face it, buying individual packets of jump rings can work out expensive. You can save yourself so much money making ones like this, and you can make loads of different sizes, which means you can do loads and loads of different weaves in the chainmail. I've got some examples for you of chainmail here if you'd like to look. There's a gorgeous chainmail bracelet. I've also got in here a lovely gemstone and chainmail necklace, so it shows you can just do a small section of chainmail if you want to. And lovely Helena's bringing me one now. She's just stepped out of Narnia. Thank you.
Do you want it?
Yeah, I do want it. Give it here. Thank you. Just a hand there, waving away. Look, it's sections that you can do like this. Aren't they gorgeous? Beautiful little sections that you can do on whole necklaces. But even if it's not chainmail, really, we have chainmailed a bit here, but you can just use it to dangle your gemstones from too. So, chainmail, great for. Just general jewellery making, great for, because let's face it, if you did a nice colourful wirework piece, we don't actually give you chartreuse coloured jump rings, you have to make your own. So, perfect today. Your price point should be £16.85. Wait, is this the one we said? Yeah, I think it is, wasn't it? Weren't we gonna go to no. Yes. I promised you something earlier. Wait, double check that that is the price. Just double check, because otherwise I'm going to say this and people are going to message in. Yeah, but just divide that by 2. Right, I've just given it away now. Get that price, divide it by 2. What price comes out? Can you guess what we're going to do to the price? Your price point today for... Oh, what is it then? Oh. Your price point today. Who's ringing in? Hello, everyone. Hello. Do you want a better than half price deal? Let's just do it. Better than half price. Better than half price. Your price point today, way better than half price, because actually that price point divided by 2 works out about £8 something. We're doing it for today, £7.95. Better than half price. You couldn't even go and buy the saw blades alone for 24 of 6 different gauges, specifically for jewellery making, at that price point. That is phenomenal for you. Better than half price, and you're getting the wire in here. That is amazing, absolutely astonishing, especially as this wire is 1mm and you're getting 20 metres worth. Our 1mm wire for a 10 metre spool is generally up there in price, isn't it? Isn't it usually for the 1mm £5.45? Yes, it is. I've just found it on my sheet. £5.45 usually. So £5.45 plus £5.45 equals £10.90 just for the wire. £10.90 just for the wire. £7.95 for the wire and for all of those as well. Do you know what? At that price point, get involved. Even if you've actually not got the saw blade yet, I would still get these, because next time you see these, they will be with that saw, not the saw blade, the saw frame. They will be with the saw frame next time, and you can never have too many of these because, of course, you know, they do snap, they do break, they do wear down and tear. So you always need a stock up. Well done, £7.95 for you today. That was a good one, wasn't it? Good bazaar bargain, that. Good one. Oh, we have got more bazaar bargains, yeah. I'm bringing one to you now, in fact. I'm going to do a bazaar price. Wire and a jig. Can I just say, how many have I got of these? What? Fab. Got over 100. For that reason, we're going to do a silly price. And I mean silly. I have got fuchsia, I'm going to have to do this quick, aren't I? Because if anyone finds out, I've got your fuchsia wire here. It is in your 0.4. I've also got for you the gentle light pink in the 0.6. And I've got for you the 0.4 in the gold as well. 30 metres worth in total. But then I've got more wire, because I get wire included with my jig as well. If you're brand new, or you've never done jewellery making, or if you want to get someone involved with jewellery making, or if you want to start your own company and you want to have your own little go-to design, floral detail, whatever it might be, this is perfect for you. If you own a jewellery making hammer and you want to make your own chain effects, your own link effect, you can do it with this, because essentially, as you can see there, you get the plastic base and you get all of the little nooks and jigs sections that go into it. And what you can do is this: you pop them in, hold them in place, and with your wire that you get with this, you bend it around to create your own links, your own looks. You can do chains with it, you can do findings with it, you can make shepherd's hooks with it, you can make your own little kind of logos, you know, like Chanel do, like Dior does, like Vivienne Westwood does. Do your own little logos that you put on your own pieces, because at the end of the day, it's all about branding. If you're selling your pieces, it's all about getting your name out there and being recognised. I'm going to do a silly price, should be. This price is going to look odd. Should be £15.30. It's not today, though. If you get in trouble, it's me. £7.65. Why 65? It's bang on the nose of half price. 50% off. That's a buy one, get one free offer for you today. You couldn't even get the wire just there for that price, but you are today, because you have got £7.65. It is exactly half price for you today. That is astonishing, isn't it? Exactly bang on the nose of half price. You are getting in here wire-wise 0.6. You're getting the 0.4 in the fuchsia and the 0.4 in the gold as well. That is astonishing. It is absolutely astonishing. Well done, everyone. It is a great tool to have. It really, really is. Just put your finger on, just wipe it around. Easy peasy. Pugsy! 68 is your code on this one. I've got to move on because at that price we are going to get told off. We are going to get told off. We really, really are. So I've got. Oh, what time is it now? I've got 45 minutes left. So do get your hands on this whilst you can, because the thing is, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, you will be paying double, literally double the price for this, literally. And in fact, that is your voucher code right now. This is your voucher code. Tell us. Oh, yes, tell us about your bee. Right, because there's loads of you coming in, so I can feel it now. So. Spellbinding and Laura Binding did a bee show the other day, didn't you, love?
I did.
I've got to say, there was a real buzz about it. She made a bee ring, and I wore said bee ring on a night out. Went out with the girls on Friday night. It was Friday night off. Went out with the girls with my bee ring. I won't lie to you, got quite a bit of attention. Spellbinding. You could have helped me out a little bit here. There was a young gentleman, tall, dark and handsome. He was, no, not you, Ryan. He was lovely, good sense of humour, nice hair. Anyway, he said to me, oh, love that ring. It makes you look a bit like Beyonce. Oh, what? And then, obviously, 1,002 things witty came into my mind that I could have said to make me, you know, it could have been bootylicious, it could have been some lyrics, but what did I do? I just went, oh. It wasn't even in a club, it was literally just this quiet pub, and I just started going. I've never seen, this is genuinely, bottom of my heart truth, I have never seen anyone back away so slowly in my life. It was literally just... Didn't speak to him the rest of the night.
Oh dear.
I know, it's just not what you're meant to do, is it?
No. Mental note not to do that next time.
Mental note not to do it next time.
No.
But thanks, at least your ring got me the attention.
Yeah, see?
Just the dance moves put everyone off. I thought it was hilarious. Clearly just me, because my friend was literally stood there, her eyes just grew and grew and grew, and even she started to turn her head like, literally, I have no idea who you are. Half price offer on that one for you today. Your plastic wire wrapping jig and 30 metres worth of wire. Well done for you. That is the last one of my Becky's Bazaar bundles. I hope you enjoyed them. It's nice to have a bit of unusual and strange things on the show, isn't it? I have got for you, right now, your section of 8 under 8, and I've got some gorgeous pieces coming up for you in this section. So it's, you know, getting to the end of the month, we're kind of, you know, trying to stretch out our money, aren't we? So I've got some 8 under 8s for you now. So every product is going to be under £8. Bargain. Please don't forget for me either, every single one of these, the multicoloured, every single one of these is going to be under £8, but also every single one of these is a genuine gemstone. It's not plastic, it's not man-made, it's created by Mother Nature, including this funky little number. I love it. Multicoloured magnesite. Isn't that sensational? Isn't that just beautiful? 360 carats worth of your multicoloured magnesite. These are fantastic faceted slabs that I have in front of you here. Spelby, yeah. This is so far up your street, it's like on your doorstep. What would you do with these?
Those are ideal for when you want to practice with your cabochon wrapping.
Good
because, you know, you can use your drill hole if you want to be extra secure, if you're a little bit paranoid. But because they're quite nice, because of the shape of them and the depth of them, they're really ideal for if you want to practice your sort of prong setting, because you can really get the prongs will really grip, and because they're not too deep, you can use your pliers to really make sure that it's set firmly in place. So for me, they're brilliant for things like that. But you know, just you can take each colour. I mean, look, you've got a beautiful turquoise coloured. That's gorgeous. One there. You've got such a lovely colourway. You've got individual pendants there in the different selection of colours. I just think it's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely sensational. Really beautiful. I love the arrangement of colours that you've got here. Going to be gorgeous as your pendant-like pieces. Lovely for bracelet centres as well on these ones, actually. You have got so many different colours. I think it's amazing that Mother Nature brings to us this gorgeous effect of these beautiful kind of almost turquoise-like internal matrices and gemstones, and then we give this gorgeous colouring to it that just gives you such an array and such versatility. And the fact that, you know, if you did want to use these like a cabochon, you've still got the added security there, but also they're double-sided, so you can pick your favourite side. You know, do you want one that's pure pink, or do you want one with a bit of kind of, you know, age effect to it? And it's just in one stone. It's up to you. Your price point today, $6.95. I've told you, 800. Some of you might be thinking everything's going to be $7.95. No, not necessarily. Some things will be $6.95, including this strand. It's a massive carat weight on huge pieces, loads of colour, loads of internal effect, loads of interest in this. It's going to go with all of your different mediums, isn't it? Imagine these with friendly plastic. Oh, going to do some friendly. Oh, I'm in work tomorrow. Other work. I'm in work tomorrow. I might do friendly plastic after work tomorrow, though. Might do friendly plastic. Get your friendly plastic ordered, Helena. I think you'll really love it. You will. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Anyway, it's going to go great with your friendly plastic. Lovely with your multicoloured wires if you just got the saw blades and wire selection. That's going to go perfect with this. Chainmailing around this in different colours. Wire wrapping and wire working around these is going to be absolutely sensational as well. Get it whilst you can, because it is a wonderful, wonderful price point. And actually, let me just shimmy on over here if you don't mind. Imagine, genius. Do you know where this is? Well, essentially you could do this look with just one of these, couldn't you? But look, it's literally a stretchy bracelet just with loads of jump rings on. That's it. And then look at the design and the look and effect you get. That is going to be perfect, especially if you've got those saw blades and if you've got those multicoloured wire. You could do individual colours, couldn't you? You could do a pink one and a chartreuse one, so on and so forth. Going to look gorgeous. $6.95, not many of those left at all. Well done, multi-buyers. I'm so excited to bring this to you. I need to give you a heads up. Low quantity, 40 or less. 40? Less. 35 in total. So not many of these whatsoever. It's a gemstone we hardly ever see, and why can't I find it? It's a gemstone we hardly ever see, including now. Yeah, I know I had it before, but I can't see it now. Anyway, let me ask you something. I found it. What do Stonehenge, crop circles and graphic quartz have in common? Any ideas, spellbinding? No, they're not made from aliens. Sorry, Ryan. They have baffled and bewildered people for centuries, because people used to believe that these actually were created by gods. They believed that these were written messages from the gods. So actually, you weren't that far off at all, to be honest, Ryan. When these were first found, they were essentially, it was used to be believed that these were old scriptures left in the earth by the god. And you'll see why when you see this rough. Take a look at this rough. You can understand why they think that, wouldn't you? So this grows in a completely unique and individual different manner to any other gem you would normally expect. It's absolutely sensational, isn't it? Really beautiful kind of different shards, different layered up appeal that we've got here. It is really very, very beautiful. And what we get with this, essentially, apart from this total bewilderment and everything else, I'm in my last chance saloon now, as well as that beautiful, beautiful effects that I get captured within here, those kind of ancient runes, I also want to tell you that this is the best value graphic quartz we have. We only have 3 or 4 strands of graphic quartz on our website at the moment, and for the carat weight and for the quality, this is the best value. We have lower carat weight graphic quartz than this at much higher prices. This is the best graphic quartz we have right now. We hardly ever have graphic quartz on. It's unique, it's glowing. The internal inclusions in this are standalone. Your price point today... Should I do bad acting? But hang on, Helena. That's not under £8. Oh no! What shall we do? We are going to roll the price down. Your price point today is rolling down. Even at £9.95, it's the best price point of graphic quartz we've got. £7.95 for you today. Already at £9.95, it was the best value for money graphic quartz that we have at all in our warehouse, on our website, anything. But at £7.95, it is absolutely blowing the competition out of the water. This is a beautiful, unique, individual strand. Used to be believed to bewilder and be left by the gods, and today at that price it is absolutely bewildering. The best value graphic quartz we have, unique, individual, all of these gorgeous internal occlusions which are so unique. It is sensational. At that price point you've got a bargain. I'm in my teens though, teens in quantity. So many people have already allocated this. So many people have already allocated this. There are so many of you trying to get your hands on this. People are on the phone lines, get it whilst you can. £7.95 for this. We hardly ever see graphic quartz. When's the last time you saw graphic quartz, honestly? When? I don't know, just asked the question, but I'm thinking 4 or 5 months maybe for me. What about you, Spelby?
I don't think I've seen it before.
Really?
No.
That wouldn't surprise me.
No.
Although my voice said differently. £7.95 for you. Well done, everyone. Not many of those left. Single figure on that one. Bringing to you another one now that you wouldn't expect, I don't think, for you to be under £8. Spelby, I'd love to hear your input with these. Let me show you around. This is your rhodonite. Oh. Sorry, I've just accidentally... Do you ever do this as a jewellery maker? You know, you're just looking at them like that and then you sort of twist and you hold them together and go, wow, they interlink perfectly. You can't really feel this, but they are locked in perfectly together. So imagine making something like that. But look at these. If I just show you around, say, one of them, if you'll just give me, 30 seconds, just look at the screen so that you can see the shape of these and how the light transmits across them. Isn't that special? Because they are triangular in shape, but then they're twisted. And the look that gives, all in all, look at this. Look at that wave of light. Wow! That is gorgeous. These are totally and absolutely natural gemstones that we have here of your rhodonite. Really beautiful. Do you know what? I've got a Unikite bundle coming up later that I think will go beautifully with this. Are we ending with that or something? We are, yeah, we're going to end with that. Or summer, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Or something. Those will go gorgeously, because let me just show you. I think that would be really pretty. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We have got here for you 320 carats worth of your rhodonite garnet, your rhodonite twisted tubes. Your price point today for this is just £7.95 for you today on this strand. And look at how much you've got here. Every single one unique and individual. It's beautiful. Used to be worked alongside sapphire and gold actually. And I'd love to hear off my guest designer today what she would like to do with this strand, because I think it is on your doorstep.
Yeah, I think they're gorgeous, aren't they? For me, I think they make a really cool bracelet. You could use slightly smaller stones with in between and space it out. Just do a nice funky sort of bracelet. And you could do almost, if you wanted to use the wire, you could have it sort of slope around the twists.
Like that
So that
idea.
would look quite cool, wouldn't it? And again, you could have any colourway with that.
Yes,
so
really
you could put silver, you could put copper, you could put antique bronze. They're all going to go lovely.
Yeah.
And the stones are large enough to be able to take a little bit of decoration, but without losing the beauty of the stone as well.
Absolutely agree with that. And that's the great thing about shape sometimes, shape and colour. Every single one of these is so different to what you'll already have in your stash, because bar this strand, I can't think of a time I've actually seen this shape personally. I've seen twisted shapes, but I've seen twisted, twisted rectangles, whereas these aren't. These are your triangles, aren't they? So I can't think of a time that I've seen anything like this. So you've probably not got this in your stash. But even if you have got this shape of a different gemstone in your stash, It's not going to look anything like this, because do you know what? Even though all of this is the same gemstone naturally occurring, none of those look alike. None of them. You've got some that are almost tortoise shell in appearance. You've got some that have got that gorgeous kind of tongue and groove effect to them. You've got that beautiful, almost, what is it? What am I thinking of? Almost dendritic appearance with some of these, because you've got real fern-like structure on some. In particular on this one, can you see that? Almost fern-like structure. It's beautiful, isn't it? So even if you've got one of this shape in your stash, which I doubt it, but even if you do, you haven't got this beautiful display of colours, more than likely, to be honest. I just think it's unique, it's individual. You've got some that are the purest of almost salmon pinks. You've got some that's just got a little sprinkling of that fern-like structure. And then you've got some that are big, bold, impactful, you know, really showing off those stripes and uniqueness. So it's a gorgeous strand for everyone, for ladies and for gents of all ages, I would suggest. $7.95. Please check out those baskets. That's a real bargain for the work that it takes to create shapes like that. I think they're really beautiful. Again, add something very different to your designs. Pardon Poppet. White moonstone nugget. I love these. I haven't seen a white moonstone that is as great a quality as this. Spelby, come on over. Come on over, binding. Who sung that? No, wasn't it Christina? Come on in. How great a quality is that? Genuinely.
That's gorgeous.
For white moonstone, which sometimes you see nothing on.
No, that's gorgeous.
Isn't it? Brand new, by the way.
Beautiful. Very, very reflective. Look at it. It's got like little bounces of colour.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would you do with that, Spelby?
I'd probably do something like the bracelet that I made in the second design inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, where you could have some around as a bangle cuff.
Genius
and then some of the
idea.
inside. Do you want me to
Can
get
you
it?
hand that over for me? Yeah, please. I'll pop it on so people at home can see it.
It's a bit big though, isn't it? I think
It
it's
is a little
more
bit
of
big,
Helena
but I can
size.
put on weight. It's no problem. I don't mind. I'll do anything for jewellery. Thanks, pal. Any excuse to eat more pizzas, to be honest. Not that I need any. Have a look. Perfect idea. Perfect. Isn't that gorgeous of an idea with the wire? Brand new strand I've got for you here, ladies and gentlemen. Brand spanking new. And look at the quality of this. It's so hard for you to see moonstone quality, doesn't it? Sorry, I was trying to get me face over the top of the shade it, shadow it a little bit. This is a stunning, stunning quality moonstone strand. I wonder if I do it like over here. Will you get a better shot over here? What about if I do it like out of the light a bit? I'm still here. Come on over. Come on over. It's a bit better. Little bit. Hang on. It would help if I kept turning it, wouldn't it? Look at that. Little bit better, isn't it? Little bit better. Isn't it? What a weird angle. Isn't it? Look, that's strange. Do you know what? I'm getting neck ache. I'm going to stand back up. Ooh, I'm flying. Yeah, that weird hole nearly got me then. You know, we always joke about trapdoors. They've actually got one now for the presenters. And honestly, it's odd. Don't make me use the lever, said Eleanor. Sorry. So I have got this gorgeous strand for you, brand spanking new. It really is corking quality, and I would say that honestly, I can't think of a time I've seen so much of that gorgeous, gorgeous shimmer and sheen underneath the surface of these. Your price point today for a new strand should be $7.95, but guess what? I'm going to do a premier price point for you for no other reason than I can, but I do have to make it very clear that I cannot guarantee this price will ever be repeated. It's premier launch price, £6.95 for you today. Get it whilst you can and really see the quality that white moonstone can be. Sometimes we'll see, you know, your rainbow moonstone, it'll be relatively easy sometimes to see that colour. White moonstone's really, really tricky, and very rarely will we do a white moonstone strand alone because it's hard to find such a good quality in enough kind of abundance to be able to bring you a whole strand, but we have today, and honestly, get this home because you'll be absolutely chuffed. £6.95. Now, I did not know that otters held hands when they sleep so they don't drift away from each other. That is so nice. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. That's so cute.
That is so cute.
Yes.
Pete, brother Pete, come here. Loads of you coming in for this. Well done, brand new. Sup? Such a real cool. Hi, brother Pete. Be honest. Did you get the dog? Did you get the dog?
I'm not allowed to.
Not allowed to say. Oh, you got the dog! Wouldn't that be weird? Wouldn't that be strange if Steve came down like, where is my dog? Pete's got it. Yeah, you would totally be fired, Pete. You'd be instantly sacked, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But for the dog, is it worth it? No. Okay, cool. £6.95 for you. 50 carats worth there. Well done, everyone. Bringing to you now another of my 8 under 8s. Oh, really? Pearls? Gorgeous, quick strand of pearls. I don't have many of these, but the quality of them is epic. Luster point wise, look into my eye. AA+, probably. To my eye. Could be different to yours. What do you think? What do you say? What grade are you giving this? It's high up there, isn't it? Definitely. It's not an A, is it? Definitely not. Definitely not. You've got your apricot cultured pearls here. They are stunning in their luster point. You can see that because the reflection is beautiful and because the orient on this is absolutely sensational. It is just a beautiful, beautiful strand we have in front of you here. INMG79 is your code on this strand. It's beautiful effect. Your price point today, £6.95 for you. Well done, everyone who's already coming in for this. It was a gorgeous strand, and it's nice that we're giving you those little pearls at the moment because, I'll be honest, I'll let you into secret. We did, one of the team upstairs earlier was asking for small pearls. We had to have a look around, and we haven't got anything under, did they say a 6mm or an 8mm before? I can't remember, but we haven't got anything coming in anywhere near this size. So if you want your little pearls, get them whilst you can, because over the next few weeks you won't be seeing many of them this small. You really won't. So get the accented pearls whilst you can. £6.95 for you today. Well done. How many of this section left do I have? Emma, you're gonna love this. Look. Did it sound like someone was knocking? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
Europe who?
There's no need to be rude.
I know one.
Go on.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor who?
How did you know? I hear that one.
I don't know how
day.
you laughed at that more than mine. How?
Because I hear that one.
Was funnier.
I hear that one every day. That's the only joke my children know.
Okay. Ben's got one as well. I'll do it to you. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Your friend Ben, and he'll always be there for you. I just wish I hadn't wasted my time. I really do. I'm not annoyed, just disappointed. I have got here for you 95 sterling silver ring. Look at this. Take a little nosy, nosy, nosy. How gorgeous is that? You've got all of these different loops in here that you can attach your head pin to. Genuine 925, resizable ring, by the way. So this is going to fit all finger sizes. These are going to go perfectly with it. These on head pins. You can make one of those gorgeous bubble rings, can't you? 925. Stunning with this. You have got, if you see, 1, 2, 3 different sets. People in the past have popped little gemstones in between here and kind of squeezed them together so that you get that gorgeous effect. Spellbinding. You've worked with something similar to this, I think. Have you? You don't know what it is, do you? You're not paying attention,
I was. It's a ring with lots of little loops.
Yes, it is. Like this. Lucky guess.
I haven't, but I've seen Mark Smith. He was working on a late show, was sat with me, and he literally just sewed in a load of little briolette gemstones, really little ones.
Yeah.
So it just like a little cluster of gemstones. Yeah. It was beautiful.
It's dead easy. On each of these, you can just put 2, 3 of the featherlight head pins with a gorgeous gemstone on top, and as you move, it's going to give you a nice twinkle design. It's stunning. And the fact that this is 925 and it's 2 grams and it fits numerous finger sizes is astonishing. Your price point today for this is just £6.95. You can make unique and individual rings for that price point. And the thing is, I understand that we've been doing the prong sets recently, but not everyone has a prong set tool. Not everyone wants a prong set. They want to create their own gorgeous, professional looking ring, but they don't want to buy the prong set tool. You can create your own professional looking ring with this, and the fact that it's £9.25 as well is sensational. 2 grams worth there for you, £6.95. I don't have very many of these at all. Well done. Well done. £6.95. This is £6.95 for you today. LIGP 92 is your code on this one. So well done, absolutely everybody. £6.95. This is just great. It's a great one for beginners as well, actually, because for me anyway, I find rings can be tricky to make sometimes. It's just me. It's mainly because I don't have a ring manual. I try and do it around a spoon and it never works. Main reason, if I'm honest. But I do find it relatively tricky. With this, I can get a really nice professional finished ring, but the hard bit's done. And the fact it's £9.25, rude not to, isn't it? Get them as you can, £6.95. Very, very good. Very good purchase there. I haven't seen anything like that in Young's. On the T-bar, you may well have noticed that there are some pyrite puffy coins. Oh, I love them against my skin. I always say this, but I do. It kind of shocks me every time, and now it sounds really stupid. As soon as I put pyrite against my skin, I feel the strength of it. I feel the weight of it. I feel the depth in that coolness. I feel that metallic effect of it. I absolutely adore pyrite. I think it's stunning. I love it even more when it's in this colouring, when it's in this look, when it's in this effect. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Because it is natural. This is natural pyrite, natural fool's gold. It is really fantastic. I absolutely adore it. You have got these gorgeous puffy coins here. Imagine those as a pair of stud earrings. Vintage style stud earrings would be fab. These on your steampunk stall. Because they're steampunky in their own right, aren't they? They look steampunky. The fact that they're natural is gorgeous. I also love the idea of these, what was I going to say then? Cufflinks. Maybe for a wedding, Ben. I hope people didn't hear that through the door. Just as Pete opens the door, Ben yells, "Certainly not mine!" I know you were joking. Ben's not going to be wearing cufflinks. That's why I keep mentioning cufflinks, because he's, I don't know, planning on getting married in a poncho or something. You have got here 250 carats worth of this gorgeous natural pyrite strand. They are 10 mil, your price point today. Should be. £8.45. We're going to take it to £7.95. Are we? It should be over £8, but to get it in this section, we've taken it lower. Should be 8. Oh, it's actually £6.95 for you today on this one. BGP 015. It's natural, it's beautiful, it's a unique shape, it's a submetallic luster effect on these that we've got. It is gorgeous, it's cooling, it's weighty, it's strong, and it's £6.95 for you today. I think it is absolutely wonderful. I really, really do. I just love it. Get it whilst you can. £6.95 is just a sensational price point. I just love it. Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody. Great price point. Where to did you say? Sorry, lovely lads. On the T-bar. Sunstone plain drops. Sunstone plain drops. I've got them just here. Is this the last one of the 8 under 8? I have got a bundle after this, but it is a bundle of the equivalent of 4 gemstones. It is most certainly over £8. So this is your last of your 8 under 8. Take a little look. You have got here in front of you a gorgeous strand of your shimmering sunstone. I have got such a gorgeous internal natural effect glitter in these. It is almost mystical in itself. You know, it makes you think of, oh, those on that ring. Oh, that'd be nice. But it doesn't make you think that. It makes you think, you know, mystical wonderland. It makes you think of, oh, Yeah, it does give you that kind of mystical forest effect. You're absolutely right, Ben. Fairy effect. Yeah, Ben, you're right. You have got here 70 carats worth of your sunstone, and it is a beautiful, graduated, plain selection of drops. You can see on this recording the internal glitter. Look for all the speckles. Can you see all those gorgeous speckles? Those are internal, natural occurring glitter-esque. It's not actual glitter, obviously, it's inclusions. But there's so many covering all of this. It gives you such a unique and individual effect. Your price point today for 70 carats of your sunstone, let's do it. Spelby, do the thing. What? Spelby, do it. Do the thing. Whoa, look, she's just creeping down the price. $7.95. How was your snack? $6.95. Didn't see that one coming, as you can tell, hence why I said $7.95. But $6.95, that is sensational. What do you think, Spelby, at that price? Just taking, you know, £2 or so off it.
That's brilliant, isn't it? And that to me is what you would see as recognisable sunstone.
Okay, I do see what you mean, but tell me more.
Because it's got that kind of, it just makes me think of it's glittering from within.
Yes.
And so you can see that almost, it's almost like when you get resin and you put the glitter inside the resin, you can see
you're right,
sort of shining through from within.
Yeah.
So for me, that's how I can recognise it.
Love that idea. Love that. $6.95 for you today, 70 carats worth. Well done, everybody. That is the end of the 8 under 8. And just to finish off the show, I do have a rather lovely bundle for you. It's a lovely bundle because it's a gemstone we hardly ever see, and I'm going to bring the gemstone to you in a range of different shapes and looks and sizes. I gave you a sneak peek of it before. I've got the equivalent of 4 strands. I've got some centre drilled perfect rounds. I've got some larger top drilled rounds, and I've got a double strand of your chips and nuggets. It's your gorgeous Unikite gemstone of togetherness. I adore Unikite. It gives me the feel of a Mookite, but in a different colour palette. That's how I feel about it. Unikite is sensational. It is referred to as the gemstone of togetherness. There's a few different reasons for that. First off, one reason it's known as the gemstone of togetherness is because of the composition of it. It's actually made up of 3 different gemstones, essentially. You have got in there your epidote, you've got in there your quartz, and you've got in there feldspar. So already that's kind of 3 gemstones coming together to create this marriage of gems, if you will. Also, the other thing is the fact that one part of this is epidote, and you can see the colouring of the epidote through this. Epidote, the word epidote itself actually comes from the Greek word that means grow together. And that's literally what this has done. This gemstone has done that. It's grown together the epidote with the quartz and with the feldspar. So again, another reason why it's known as the gemstone of togetherness. It itself is referred to in, depending on the circles you believe in, can't say whether or not they're true or whether they are, etc. But in circles such as crystal healing, people believe that this is a gemstone that will keep friends together, that it will keep relationships together. And I've actually seen, I saw a website which essentially was someone who made jewellery, and they used this and created, almost like Angela did when she did her the wish bracelet things, that type of thing, you know, where she did one for sister, one for mum, one for baby, or whatever it was. So people have been doing that. So it's like you know, when you used to wear the best friends necklaces, one person would take your best, the other person might take friend. You can do things like that with this because it's said to keep you and your loved one, whether it be friend or family, together. So it's got lovely sort of connotations with this gemstone. I absolutely absolutely adore how you have got that marriage of colours and the marriage of the gemstones, and how you have it in so many different looks and forms. All natural, by the way. Natural strands here of the plain rounds that are in the 4 mil that give you that gorgeous kind of mottled moss effect. I've also got those larger plain rounds that are actually in the 8 mil, and the difference with these is they are top drilled. Rarely do we get this shaping because it is actually trickier to do, but we've done it for you now, which actually means a round can be used as a drop as well. It gives you a totally different look to your designs, and just with these as a spacer in between would be sensational. I've then got for you this double strand that goes to show Mother Nature bringing us the togetherness stone in the beautiful natural form. 160 carats worth I have here. We very, very, very rarely see this stunning natural gemstone, and when we do, we'll see it in one way and then we won't see it for weeks. I'm bringing it to you in 3 different ways, the equivalent of 4 different strands, and your price point is a shocker. Is not $12.85. It's not. We are rolling it down. You know, I said 8 under 8 was over. Yeah, maybe I lied a little bit. £7.95 for you today. Working out per strand, £1.98-ish per strand, the equivalent of. That is astonishing price point on this. It really, really is. The gemstone of togetherness, bringing together, gorgeous look, gorgeous mottle effect, loads of gemstones, and an amazing price point. Come on in, get it whilst you can. £7.95 for you. I just love it. And what about, imagine, just something really simple, because of the way these ones sit, just something simple, like a little gizmo coil in between. It's going to give you that natural kind of zigzag effect, isn't it? It's going to be beautiful because of the way that these are drilled. It kind of is giving you that already, isn't it? Beautiful. Or even if you just used a few of these as spaces in between, it's always nice to use your chips and nuggets. The fact you could create that and it's just one gemstone across it would be gorgeous. You could actually do a stretchy bracelet with these and just use these as almost drop charms, couldn't you? £7.95 for you today. Gemstone of togetherness. Perfect thing to end the show with my partner in crime on, isn't it? What do you think of these?
Oh, I think they're awesome, aren't they? I love that gemstone.
I love this gemstone. We don't see it enough, do we?
No, we
I
don't.
don't think we really don't.
And it will go with so much. It would go lovely with the rhodonite they had earlier as well.
Exactly. That's what I showed it with actually before. But you probably weren't paying attention.
Probably wasn't, no.
At least you admit it. But yeah, they do, don't they? They go fantastically well together. £7.95 for the equivalent of 4 strands is really, really wonderful. So get them whilst you can. Well done, everybody. Well done. Let's clear off, shall we? Said my director. Yeah, go on then. Let's clear off over to spellbinding.
Okay.
We gave spellbinding a beautiful strand of ametrine, natural Bolivian ametrine. Yeah, it had purely ametrine, not amethyst and ametrine, ametrine. Beautiful splits through each of them. Oh, you are having a giraffe.
I didn't know how to put it on
Have we got it on white?
Yeah,
maybe. Let me show you this. Take a look at the earrings first. You can see some of those have almost got perfect half and half split. And then, yeah. And then take a look at this. That is so lovely. That is just beautiful. Spelby, how did you do that?
I'll be honest. You know the first...
Fluked it.
No, the first half of the first demo, the first little section that I started off prepped.
Yeah.
I just took that and just tweaked it.
Love it.
To adapt to a different stone, changed the weaving on it a little bit, and just changed it like that, really.
Perfect. You have got this gorgeous ametrine strand. You've got loads left over, I've got to say. Oh yeah, half and half perfectly there.
That one actually glows.
It really does. That's gorgeous. You've got loads left, and that whole strand, natural, by the way, not heated, not from anywhere else than we would hope for. It's genuine Bolivian, and it is your ametrine, £19.95. I just love it. I even just love the facets, you know, even without that half and half colour split. The facets are gorgeous, aren't they?
They're really stunning, and some of them are sort of flatter on one side and more domed, like this one. So that's a perfect ring size because it's flat.
Perfect.
I just didn't have time.
Absolutely perfect. thank you so much.
Welcome.
For today, as always. What's been your highlight of the show, Ben would like to know?
When you were trying to hide the fact that you'd broken the
I wish I hadn't asked. So, no need for that at all, is there? I have got for you on your screen right now the ametrine. Just to let you know, quantity-wise, I've not got that many left. I need to make you aware. £19.95 for you, and the code on that is GURU91. Is that what you said when you threw your Viking knit at home the other day?
Along those lines.
Oh, I bet. I have got not many of those left, just to let you know, and obviously at that price it's unsurprising, because very rarely will we bring you the gemstone of creativity, the gemstone of happiness in one stone naturally occurring at anywhere near that price point. So do please get your hands on that whilst you can, because we're used to much higher. I'm used to, well, I know what I've got in my mind. What price are you used to in your mind for ametrine natural?
They're sort of about 39.
That's exactly what I was going to say. One mind shared between the two of us. Spelby, thank you so much for today. Lovely lass. When are you on with us next, please?
I'm actually on a morning show on Thursday.
No, not
It's
with
not
me.
you.
Right, can we get our diaries together, please? When is this happening? When are you back on with me then?
I don't think I am for a while.
What are we talking? 2 weeks? Because that's too long. More than that. 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
I don't think we're on for a
5
while.
weeks?
No. Speak to them upstairs.
Speak to them. So, in case you don't know, I am moving over to the morning show for a while, which is why we're trying to work out when we'll be back together. But due to other work commitments, I will be back every other Friday. So get yourself on a design inspiration on Friday. Please. I have got on Friday, this Friday coming, gorgeous Gemma Crow. It's the birthday weekend starter. Oh, can't wait.
It's going to be fun.
And I've got a launch of, let me give you a clue. What? That was your clue? Feathers. Nice one. I will see you very, very soon. Thank you for joining us. Much love. Have a lovely evening.
Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
This weekend, it's JewelleryMaker's 5th birthday. Kicking off with Free Gift Friday. Get a birthday gift on orders over £30. Join Carol and guest designers on Saturday for Google Hangouts and Facebook chats. Super Sunday sees the launch of the 5th birthday DVD. Monday is the big day where we'll be launching brand new products. And Last Chance Tuesday will bring you another DVD launch and an opportunity to grab any products you may have missed. All this plus much more, so tune in for JewelleryMaker's 5th birthday weekend. Happy birthday, you crafty lots. JewelleryMaker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, JewelleryMaker are never far away.
Here at JewelleryMaker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link